Okay, we live. Hi Dem, how's it going? I hope you're having a good day. And hi Grobert, how's it going? I hope you're also having a good day. Hi. Hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, I hope everyone's having a nice day. I'm having a good day. Excuse me 2 seconds. Except that my camera is deciding already that it's like, we're gonna threaten you and start to fall down. If my camera falls down, hopefully it falls down while we're in this view. Rather than top-down view. Apologies in advance if that happens. If it does, we'll be fine. It's just, it'll be a bit shaky. We'll have the shaky cam. I burnt my fingers this morning. That was good. But on the plus side, my threads came. So I've got some more bright red thread that we were using before. Kill Bill aesthetic. I love, okay, so these were in fashion, I want to say like 3-4 years ago. I picked up a few of them. I just really like, first of all, yellow, as I like yellow in clothing. And I also really like blocky colors, just like bloop, bloop, bloop. But like, I like pastels, I really do. But I also like just like black and then lots of blocky colors around them. And they were like really in fashion a few years ago, I think. So I picked up quite a few of them in like different blocky patterns, which is why I've got some like, and I like them when they're high neck too, which they all were, and I was like, yes. So I just have to wait until, the thing is, maybe next time they'll be in fashion it won't be yellow, but last time it was yellow and I got quite a few of them. I think there was a couple other colors, I think blue was one of them. I don't mind blue. Blue is a color that I like a lot, but it doesn't work as well for me because of the colors I dye my hair. But I like yellow a lot. Yellow gang! Yeah, I love yellow. Yellow is one of my favorite colors. I like yellow, gold, purple and green. Those are like, yes. And Sexy Aussie, how's it going? I hope you're having a good day. Halfway wallet, what if it makes me feel like a power. Oh my god, I don't know how you've managed to find so many yellow pieces of clothing. I like yellow a lot, and I like mustard yellow. But I also like this, which is just like a really bright yellow. And I don't see this as often. Mark Bailey, how's it going? I hope you're having a good day. We're just saying, we got some more threads. And they came this morning. I wasn't going to start streaming until they came. But luckily they came quite early, so it didn't matter too much. So I didn't have to start streaming late. But they came. So we have this. I also got a spare yellow, so that's hanging out over here. Another red and another white, because my white was running just a little bit low, so I got another one. So yes, we got some new colours. One new colour and a lot of top-up colours, because my colours are running low already, and I was like, I'm just gonna get more. So we did. Bit iffy on green, kind of murky unless it's army green. See, I like the same sort of, if this was replaced with green, like a bright green. I don't know if I have any. I like mint green, but I also like a really strong like grass green. If this was replaced with that, I would have got another one. I would have got it in the yellow and I would have got it in the green. Kind of like Ozzy and Mark's name in like that kind of color. I would have got it in that as well. Great, you look great. Oh, if I can squad. Oh, bless you, Saxy. Yeah, I actually didn't realize. My mum always messages me and tells me. But yeah, thank you. I think that happened a week or so ago. And then yeah, my mum messaged me and was like, congrats, and I was like, oh heck, thank you. And then I had to thank everyone. I was like, yeah, thank you. So it's Shrek green. I mean, kind of, yeah, like a really bright, vibrant green. Yeah, so kind of Shrek green. I don't mind like the darker greens as well. I really like green as a colour, honestly. So like mint green, a bright green. I just think in this sort of pattern as well, that green looks really cool. Yeah. Also, Hansa, how's it going? I hope you're having a good day. Somebody wants to... Oh, like this green. There you go. Like that. But just put it like here. Like you see? You see where I'm going with this? Wouldn't it look good? The world was gonna roll me. I could look good. Yeah, I like that. Green wasn't in fashion at the same time. It was yellow. And I love yellow, so I was happy with it. I'd also have taken like a really bright, vibrant purple too, but that wasn't also happening. You can only have one at a time. Emerald green is nice. Yeah. 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 Hello. Ain't the sharpest tool to serve the great conjunction. Chris, how's it going? I hope you're having a good day. I struggled to read that one. I was like, ain't the sharpest tool serve the great conjunction. I'm alright. I have done a burn on my finger, which I don't think you're going to be able to see. It's also on my middle finger, so apologies. It's kind of on the side and it's a little bit swell. It's a little bit swell. Yeah, I was trying to take my my bun out of the toaster and I just put my finger on the side of the toaster. They got burnt. That's my bad. They don't pop out, so they like pop, but they stay well within the toaster. So it's like you kind of have to fish them out. And I'm normally pretty good at fishing them out. We have a wide toaster, but today I was like, and so I might stay away from hand embroidery today and just do the machine embroidery, because otherwise I might hurt myself. You giving me the finger? No. Are you doing any horoscopes today? No, because I think we last did horoscopes on Monday, so it's not time. It's not the time yet for the horoscopes. We've not let enough time sink in. Oh dear. Yeah, burnt jelly. No good. Ugh. Grim. Get the fishing rod out. That'd be great. But like if like the ones you get from like the board games where you just like unroll it and it's like Arto just shoots our toast across the room. I am jealous of your incredibly powerful toaster. Our one barely pops out even bread. It's just like or a judgment. Oh, you remembered something? Oh heck yeah! It's gonna have to wait just a second because we're about to do a judgment first thing on Hanzo. Oh no! Let me lean back real quick. Let me do a quick lean back because someone is being looked for. Oh, Hanzo! Oh, we're low today. Hanzo! Where is Hanzo? Has anybody seen Hanzo? God, I don't know if I've even looked for Hanzo before. Do I even know what Hanzo looks like? Where are you? Get in my office. Hanzo, there you are. Get in my office right now, Hanzo. Thank you, Cresso, for snitching on Hanzo. I appreciate it. I appreciate the snitching. There you are, Hanzo. Get in my office right now. Right, sit there. Let me sit at my computer. Clickety clack. Clickety clack. Right, Hanzo, I received an email this morning and I must say I was quite disturbed by the things that I was reading, Hanzo. There was nothing good in that email, not even a hello. It was terrible. And Hanzo, I hate to tell you, it was about you, Hanzo, it was about you. Now, I'm not going to tell you the contents of the email. I'm not going to tell you because it was just far too terrible to cross these divine lips. So I shall not tell you, but I will look at you, and I'd like my eyes to convey how awful what I read in that email was directly to you. So look into my eyes, Hanzo, and feel the judgment. Now, you know what you've done, and I know what you've done. Neither of us are going to say it. It was just too terrible. But I want you to know, Hanzo, that we are running a business here. We're running a business, and this business could be doing better if these things were not being done. So, Hanzo, what I need you to do, I need you to take an extra desk, an entire desk. Now, there's not going to be any computer on this desk. There's not going to be any keyboard or mouse or anything like that. But you're going to get a whole extra desk. So it's going to give you extra workspace. And so what I want you to do is I want you to sit on that desk with that computer. So you have an elevated space. And from that, you have to lean over and use your keyboard. Now, I realize that's going to be quite uncomfortable. It's not a good thing for your back. But the next time that I see you, I hope that your workload will be increased. Okay, and I don't want to hear any complaining. No sad faces. No sad faces. You brought this on yourself. Hanzo. Now leave, take the desk with you, and get back to work. Get back to work, Hanzo. Goodbye, Hanzo. You do better. I don't know what you did. It was between you and the chairman. I don't know what you've done. Oh, thank you for the horn. Horn of judgment. It was a good job that wasn't happening in the office. We don't take horns in the office. Oh dear. Right. The first thing we're doing today, by the way, is some ironing because I did a little bit of painting yesterday. around the edges of the inside of the coat, just to darken them a little bit so that when we're sewing into it, it's a bit more of an even transition, because it's very difficult to get that with sewing. So I just wanted to get that a little bit pre-darkened. So I put some black fabric paint around the edges. I just need to iron that in so it's like fixed. We're gonna do that. We're gonna do that today. Very, very briefly at the beginning. It shouldn't take too long because we're literally just ironing around the edges. I've got some baking sheet so that I don't get anything on the iron because the iron is destroyed. And yes, before you start, Google image search Scrabble Scramble. Anyone else remember that absolute bad boy? I can't. I'm not gonna do that today. Not to Bob. Bob is having a hard time. Ever since Monday, Bob has had a hard time. And like yesterday, to be fair, yesterday I was kind of putting it through the ringer because I was trying to use Adobe, is it Premiere Pro? I was trying to use that, and oh no. I have restarted him since. But I'm not gonna do anything extra today. I'll have a little look after stream. Bob is my laptop. Bob is what I stream off of. Sorry, Bob is what is streamed off of. Yeah. So on Monday we did quite an intense stream, and he crashed 6 times after the stream. He had about 24 stream errors as well during the stream. Yeah, we had a really hard Monday, and since then he's struggled. And we've run cleaners, we've had scans. I've restarted him multiple times. He's had a hard week. So we're trying. Bob needs a pay rise. Bob needs a retirement. He's doing good, but he is struggling a little bit to get through streams these days. So we're not putting him on any extra strain at the moment. We're being very good. I'm not even using Pretzels today. I'm just using YouTube because, yeah. He's having a hard time, and I'm worried. I even on like the streams this week, I've been having my like bars go into orange for no reason, and it's like, Bob, come on now, you can do this. You've always been able to do these streams. There's no reason. Right, let's grab the ironing board and start getting this heated up because this will take a minute. Yeah. It do be like that sometimes, to be fair. He's not the youngest laptop, but also streaming has taken an early toll on him, I think. I think he would have lived longer if not for streaming. Although I still largely blame the Photoshop stream we did. Back like, I want to say like 3 months into streaming, maybe 2 months into streaming. That he was very upset about that. He did not like that at all. And I largely blame that for a lot of the issues Bob has faced. Okay. Nah. Since then my COVID vaccination, I've developed a newfound appreciation for Windows and its updates. Oh dear. Is that because the vaccination feels like an update? Oh, dearie me. I guess it's kind of like that. I mean, it's like because I am one of those people that gets a flu jab every year. So I'll have like my flu update, and then do I get my COVID update? Is it both? Multiple updates. All of my updates every year. It's just Bill Gates gets microchip doing its work. Oh no! I don't think it's a microchip. Otherwise, I'd be so chipped at this point. And nobody needs to know what I'm doing. Although, actually, maybe it'd be like some interesting of like how the human brain works, because the way that I Google search things, there's no rhyme or reason to it. This is Croc music, by the way. I was trying to think of an OST, and then like the other day we were talking about Croc, and I was like, oh my god, Croc! Croc had an OST. Ah, I loved that OST. Except a lot of the it kind of also gives me, I love the OST, but I was also afraid of a lot of stuff in Croc. So there's a lot of things in Croc that used to really scare me when I was younger. So we'll see. It gives me like a feeling. It definitely gives me a feeling of like slight unease. I know they're like, it's like, well, this is obviously like a slightly scarier area, right? But like it also gives me a sense of unease because I was literally afraid of Croc. One of my favourite video game songs of all time, Dark Chronicle, Peace of the World. Okay. One of my favourite video game songs. I should know because I've played a lot of my favorite video game songs on guitar, so it's not like I don't know them. I physically have picked them out at one point or another and gone and played them. I should know what my favorite video game songs are because I've made an effort to either play the play the songs, like find sheet music and play them, or transcribe them myself. I should know what they are. I think Melodies of Life from Final Fantasy IX has got to be one of my favorites because I did that one myself when I was like 12. I don't think other ones. I mean, I think some of the songs that I like a lot though are just because of where they are in the game. But the song themselves is still really good, so it definitely does a good job all around. You learn how to play Valhalla Flamingo? But that's a tune and fun to play. That is, yeah, I thought about playing that one. Because I saw the, okay, is it the Distant Worlds? Vamos a la Flamenco? And I was like, oh, that looks really fun. But the version that they play is like, it sounds really good, I think, because there's an orchestra with it. And I wasn't sure if I could find the sheet music for that one either. And I was like, I really want to play the version that he plays on the stage with all of the orchestra behind it. But then I was like, but if I play it, will it sound good on its own? Or do I need an orchestra? Because I don't think I'm going to find an orchestra to play with me. But it does sound so good, and I would have loved to have played that version. This is like the mini game version, like bit at the end, isn't it? Is it the mini game bit? I think so. Yeah, I remember that. One song that really stuck with me. I don't know what Worms game this is from, but there is a Worms game where like the menu music is like, ooh, ah, ooh, ah. And I have no idea what Worms song that is, but that music stuck with me. Because every now and again, I get that stuck in my head, and I'm like, and people be like, what are you jamming to? And I'm like, I don't know how to tell you that I'm jamming to some like PS2 Worms game that just goes, and like the music just goes, ooh, ah, ooh, ah. But like, there is a Worms game where the intro music is that, and it's very catchy. I love the Black Mages exist. Like how many video game companies would create a rock band to do rock covers of their own video game soundtracks? I do love rock covers of basically everything. I love rock covers of Pokemon games, Pokemon music as well. Yeah. Love it. It's so good. Right, this is probably hot enough now. Let me go into main cam. I can start doing some ironing. This is a bop. I love cringy garbage. Understandable. I mean, I can get behind that basically 100%. I love a lot of music, truth be told. Not that I've heard all music to say that I love it, but I like a lot. You probably need to go on this side, huh? Because I'm gonna have to put stuff on this side. Oh god. But I like a lot of covers. To be fair, there's a lot of video games where I haven't actually played the video game, but I've only heard their music because of covers on YouTube and stuff like that. Oh dear. I think a lot of the Zelda games are good examples of that, because I've only played one Zelda game, but I know a lot of the music from Zelda. Right, so you can kind of see here, like I've darkened the edges up. It's pretty subtle, but it was just because I wanted a little extra help with this, so I darkened them up like this. They need to be ironed. Early 2000s, yeah. Okay, yeah. I love that. Every now and again I'll go like on a proper binge of that sort of music. I'm head off skis as I am work boy at the moment. Oh, bless you. Good luck with work. I hope that it goes well. Take care. Oh dear. basically what this does is it just fixes the paint in place, so I don't have to worry about if, not that I'm planning on putting this in the wash, I would probably only ever hand wash this, but if I did put it in the wash, the paint wouldn't run out, it would just stay. Makes it nice and safe. You've got to put some baking sheet between it first, otherwise it will just transfer directly to your iron, which I have done before a few times, where I've just directly transferred it to my iron, and it's the worst. It's the worst. I still have some like paint marks on my iron from where I've done that before. Oh, I remember this area. This area was horrible. Okay, make sure it's all unfolded. Because this is such a large piece of fabric as well, it is going to take just a minute, but that's okay. And I'm going to move my tea. I've only put paint on the very edges, so I kind of only need to do the very edges. Missed a bit. It feels like a piece here that hasn't been ironed. You can kind of feel as well where the paint is thicker or like hasn't been heated into the fabric. Here, doesn't feel heated into the fabric. There we go. There we go. Oh, also one thing. I don't know if anyone here watches anime, which is fine, but oh, it's the Sandman! Hi, how is it going? Give me 2 seconds. Give me 2 seconds of the Sandman. I can probably do this one-handed. How was your stream? I hope that it was good. What were you up to? Mr. Tab. There we go. We got you. What were you streaming? StarCraft. Nice. How is the StarCraft going? How is it in fact treating you? We're doing some ironing to start the stream. Classic cosplay move. Oh dear. Okay. Pull that up, pull it over the edge. What was I gonna say before? I forgot. It's gone from me. Oh yeah, talk about anime very briefly. I know a lot of people don't watch anime here, but a few people had recommended to me earlier in the year to pick up Wonder Egg Priority. I did pick up Wonder Egg Priority, and I'm up to date on it, and it's really good, and I don't regret it. I'm enjoying it thoroughly. Oh dear. Something about anime, yeah, thank you. I was like, something anime. Thank you. And I finished one of the campaigns I started with a stream. So I started one of the ones and I'm looking forward to sharing it with other people. Oh heck yeah, I'm glad. I'm glad that it is treating you well and you're actually able to finish the campaigns. Cool. Yeah, that looks a bit. Hope that doesn't come off on the iron. No, I have given it a little iron, so it could be okay. Because this bit is curved, it's a little difficult to get to. Bless you. Very kind to it. It needs gentleness, but oh dear. There we go. And go over this bit again. And okay, so we're getting now to the piece here where kind of see the tail is underneath. Put the iron down. Re-wiggle. Re-wiggle. Okay. I'm trying to do back-to-back streams because I'm so close to reaching 50 people so I can get the sub button. Oh, bless you. We hear that, people. Very, very close to affiliate. So, get that. Get that. Go. Help. Assistance. The first bit is the most difficult. Or it is. And then after that you have a lot more things open to you, so it's easier to have fun with streams. Well, I mean, it's always fun to have fun with streams. It's fun from the very, very beginning, but more things become open to you. I think polls and stuff like that, like sub is good, the emotes are definitely fun, but also like simple things like being able to have a poll on your stream and stuff like that. Like little things like that, which is just like it's little interactivity stuff. It's really nice to have. Darksider, thank you for the horn. Also, morning Dangerous, how's it going? We are starting off with a little bit of ironing today. And it's going okay. We've basically added some paint. You can kind of see where it darkens a little bit at the edges. And it needs to be ironed in so that we don't lose it if it ever gets washed. And also by ironing it, it kind of takes away some of the stiffness from the fabric. So we're just doing that very quickly at the beginning. Shouldn't take too long, and then we can go back into the sewing. And I got some more threads. All of my threads are here now. We have all of our colours. It took a while, but we got there. See me. Good morning, Robbie. How's it going? I hope you're having a good morning. Hope the end of the week is looking migraine free. It is actually. I haven't had a migraine today. And yesterday was good too, so yay! That being said, I might be a bit rude, but I feel like I deserve it. I deserve a migraine free end of week because the beginning of week was pretty bad. So if my brain was like, no, actually migraine, I would have been a bit indignant, I think. Like, excuse me, did you not see what you did to me at the beginning of the week? No. So I would have been a bit, oi oi. No, thankfully, it seems like we have dodged end of week migraines. Oh dear. Indeed, I am having quite a bit of fun with streams right now. Of course, right now I can only do streams when I get off work, which isn't into the midnight. I'm gonna sleep. I'm really sorry. We do only have English. We have English in chat only, so I think I know why this has been held. Yeah, so we do only allow English in chat. Apologies. Sorry, I was getting a little confused. I was like, wait, what is being asked of me? Because it's the only thing I can moderate in. Apologies. Although I apparently have added a block term, which I was not expecting to. I thought I was just saying no to the message. Well, meh. Forgive me, my brain's a little fried. Honestly, me too. Same. Sorry, I got a confusion. Also, Dangerous, I hope you're having a good day. Oh dear. How are you? I'm doing well. How is everyone this morning? Fried. Having a confusion, honestly. Sometimes, oh dear. Did you just ask me where the library was or something? Is that what that is? And why? And also no, I will... Oi oi! You all be careful, mate. You all be careful. Although I will say, actually wait, oh it's because I did I remember now. Because Bwah! Bwah! What are you talking about? You can also speak American, Canadian, Australian, and other few languages, I'm sure. Oh dear. Yeah, we do ask. Yeah, none of those in chat, because what it leads to is people taking advantage of it, and we've had people who are quite young being like, ah, good joke, I can speak another language, which is amazing, but taking advantage of it and posting some things that are a bit iffy, and yeah, it's yeah. It has happened before, it will happen again, and we kind of have to be a bit careful with it. Big rip. Yeah, my icons were turned off for some reason, and I remember why now. It's because every time I run a cleaner, which I've had to run like 5 times this week, pop, it removes my icons. Also, hi Zay, how's it going? Wait, I'm early? Oh my god. No, I'm not. Never early. Always late or on time. Late or on time. Not early. No. Oh dear. Right, there we go. Right, let's start ironing the centerpiece. We're over halfway there pretty much now, or we are halfway there even. So we're making good progress. Usually live at 2 on Fridays. No! Fridays is the same as other days. Last week I was a little bit later, but that was because of some other stuff. But normally it's 10:30, same as every other day. It's only Mondays. Mondays I normally start later. Yeah. And Mondays only started being late because of work. Mondays because on Sunday I would have worked, so there's a chance that I might have, there's a pretty good chance on Monday I might not be feeling very well, so I need a bit of extra time in the morning to recuperate. I'm confused again. It's alright, it's because I start one day a little bit of a different time, and that's on a Monday. I get it. To be fair, for me, today feels like I'm streaming on a Sunday, because I did crafts on a Wednesday, which is not normal for me. I'm a little confused because I did crafts on a Wednesday. But today feels like I just randomly started streaming on a Sunday, which I would not normally do. Need coffee? Get coffee. Get some good coffee. I hope you enjoy it. Darksider, behave! Never. Absolutely not. Refuse. I wish I paid more attention to doing French in secondary school. Would have been useful to know more languages. I feel, well, I did behave a lot, but I wish I kind of had continued immediately after stopping to maybe not take it as a subject, because I wouldn't have had space to take it as a subject because of what I did in college, but to maybe continue to learn it in my own time rather than taking a break and then going back to learning it, because I think it would have been easier to take it up again if I hadn't taken that break. Although I didn't do French, I did Spanish, but the same sort of feeling, yeah. Oh dear. Most of the time I already have Twitch open when you go live, so I don't pay much attention to the time. Oh, fair enough. Oh dear. Also, Isacia, how is it going? I hope you're having a good day. Heck. Hi. I'm just here doing some iron. It's very hot. I can feel it on my burn. Not keen, not keen. What did it? Okay. This. And then we can go up the other side. This bit's the most difficult bit because it doesn't like sitting still, but the bits up the side are much easier. There isn't as much paint on this bit either, so. What covered languages can you learn in the UK school? Bear in mind it does change from school to school, so it's a little difficult to say because I know that there are some schools where they learn Chinese, that they have that as an option. I think there was a couple of schools as well where there was Japanese as an option. I think I saw Russian in one school, so it somewhat depends on like the teachers and what options, but the most common ones are Spanish and French, and then you might be able to learn German as well, which was what was in my school, which was Spanish and French, and then when you get to a higher grade, you can optionally take German as well. But that's kind of like on top. But it's a bit different. Also, what's my school's a language college? Yeah, exactly. It's like it's different because it depends what school you were to. Snake hides. Oops. Oh my god. All the boops. French, German, Spanish were standard, and then we had Chinese, Mandarin, Japanese, Russian. Oh god, okay. Yeah. There are the other ones, which we didn't have. We didn't have options of any of those. But you could take exams for those in the school, it's just we didn't teach them. We had Latin club, which was basically just another class, not part of the curriculum. Oh, nice. And then you got specialised GCSE. Yeah, or is that after GCSE? GCSE. Because after the GCSE, so at college or sixth form, depending on what you went to, there was a lot more languages after that point. But that's because there were just a lot more options. Is this the Croc theme? Yeah, we're listening to the Croc OST. We were talking about it the other day and I was like, I need an OST, and then I was like, wait, what about Croc? We can listen to Croc. So we're listening to Croc today. Just fancied it. I fancied listening to some Croc. So here we are, listening to some Croc. Croc has a very good OST. It's a proper bop. Oh, one of my favourite, the little gobbers, yay! Croc was a good one. Croc was a good one. Although it did still scare me a lot as a kid, but it was a good. A lot of things scared me when I was younger, so it's fine. I was easily spooked. I'm still easily spooked, honestly, but I was very easily spooked as a kid. Okay. Put that in. Do some iron. I'm probably gonna have to go into this bit in particular and just get some extra ironing in there. Oh, it's gonna smudge if I do that bit. No! Go. That's better, that's better. This bit's quite thick with paint, but it looks better now. It looks better than it did. It looks better than it did. Over here, I had some Dutch, English, Latin, French, and German. Spanish was optional. I'm terrible at learning languages, so I dropped them all as soon as I could. And I just had Dutch and English. Oh, okay. Yeah, Dutch wasn't an option even. It's interesting as well because, like, in England, of course, we're very, very close to like countries like Wales. Welsh was not an option. Welsh was not something we could ever have learned. But like, we neighbour Wales. But like, no. You do not learn Welsh. There's a lot of stuff like that. I assume the Netherlands. Do Welsh people even use Welsh? Yes. Not everyone. There's a lot of people in Wales that don't speak Welsh at all. Because English is the most used language. But it depends where in Wales you go, right? Because like for some families, like they've met a lot of families where they do use Welsh a lot. Or like they'll do if you listen to them talk to each other, they'll speak a mixture, right? Where it's like they'll dip in and out of Welsh a lot when they're actually talking to each other. Like they'll use Welsh predominantly, and then they'll dip into English, and then they'll use more Welsh, and then they'll dip into English. So as for me, someone who barely knows any Welsh, I can't understand what they're talking about. I'll be like, oh, an English word, straight back into Welsh again, kind of thing. It's very difficult to follow. You would need to basically speak Welsh to understand what they're talking about. But they use a lot of English as well. Yeah, I feel like is what I hear a lot. If you're speaking to people where, you know, they may have been first language Welsh, but brought up with English too. But that's more in West and North Wales, whereas South Wales, it's not so much. South Wales, it's predominantly English. Yeah. I can understand the reasoning after all Welsh isn't spoken in many places, but not even having it as an option is regrettable. On the other hand, over here it's the same. We don't have the option to learn. Is that Frisian or Frisian? I'm sorry, something completely different. Yeah, it is. It's a shame to not have it as an option when it is. The thing to say that it's not spoken at all, it's just not true. It's on every single signpost. It's like it's literally everywhere. You don't go around Wales and only see English. It's not true. It's everywhere. But predominantly in South Wales, like the capital in Cardiff, like the major cities, like Swansea and stuff like that, you'll hear English. But if you go elsewhere in Wales, which is like a lot of the more touristy spots, it'll be like a lot of Welsh. You'll get by speaking English absolutely fine. People will speak English to you. But, you know, there is a lot of Welsh. Yeah, it's very mixed. Scottish dialect is easier. Oh, okay. I'm like that when my family speaks Punjabi. I'm like, oh, I know that word, and try and connect the dots to figure out what they're saying. See, I don't often know I don't know enough Welsh to connect dots at this point. The stuff that I know is very much like top level, like lowest level. Sorry, conversational. And train, and what you hear when you catch the trains. I know that pretty well. I follow a German Twitcher and I only speak schoolgirl German, so a bit like, oh, I follow the word, but you're too quick. I think that's the thing. Anyone who speaks, you know, who is like first language Welsh, which honestly most of the people that I know that speak Welsh they've learned Welsh from birth, right? There's a couple people I know that learnt it in school, but because it is also taught in schools here. But I'm, by the way, just to put it out there, anyone who doesn't know, I'm English. Was moved to Wales. I was not raised here, but yeah, any of the people that I know who are first language Welsh, it's very fast, and it's like whoo. I see Welsh town. It looks like someone just smashed the keyboard. You hear it said, and it you can kind of put it together a bit more. But a lot of the vowels or our letters make a different sound, so it's difficult, right? I feel the same when looking at a lot of the place names. But fortunately, if you catch the trains a lot, you hear them said a lot, right? So you pick it up. Because you'll hear them said over the speaker system all the time, and you're like, ah, that's how you say it. I think the Y's is what got me a lot, because like I know like the y sound or the I sound, like, you know, at the end of a sentence in English, like the Y sound, and that's how I knew it. But then the other way that I knew it was as an E sound, like in Spanish, because that's what I learned it as, right? And then coming over to Wales, I would always think of it as like E sounding, and it's like, that's not what it is, it's it's an sound. So it was very difficult to get that into my mind, that it was not E, it was but once you get over that, a lot of them sound it's a lot easier to get through a lot of it. Yeah, talking about Welsh, I was very impressed. I live in Wales, so a lot of that is true. It's definitely true. Trains help for a lot of places. Yeah, because you hear them pronounced enough times, and then you'll look at them and you can kind of put it together a bit. The Y's is what got me a lot. Yeah, it's the getting the E out of your mind and getting it to and once you get it to it's like, okay, I got it. It's the sound, although the sound is like, okay, got it. And yeah, I think they're the ones that get brought up a lot when you see like a lot of Y's in names. It's like, there's a lot of Y's. What are all these Y's doing here? And it's like, let's get the sound in there, and you get it. Double L, oh, they're the sound. Yeah. We listen to the Welsh alphabet on stream so people can hear it. You just have to make the back of the throat sound, and yeah, then you've probably got it. If you can make like a sound, you've got it. There you go, double Y. Sorry, double L. Welsh is a bit on the fact that people use double consonants for vowel sounds, making the written language an interesting read for outsiders. It is definitely an interesting read, but you kind of get used to it. And I think if you can remember what the sounds are for some of the more like commonly used double letters and stuff like that, and just put them into the words that you're seeing, you can kind of pronounce them. It's just remembering then what those words mean. Right, I'm just waiting for my iron to cool down right now, which is why I'm just sat here. My iron needs to chill out so it can get moved. It's a bit toasty right now. A bit toasty. I can have a cup of my coffee though. Oh, yeah. I hear Welsh people love it when you say, when you pronounce it Betsy. Oh wait, what is that? What is that meant to be? Coed. Is that coed? What is that meant to be? It's a coed. What is that meant to be? Oh, I don't know. I don't know. You could be right, Rosanna, but I'm not sure what that is meant to be. Pretty much. Oh, so you could say, oh. Okay. Yes, Betsy Coed. There we go. Yeah, you got it. I was like, wait, what's Betsy Coed? I don't remember anything. Yeah. I think, because, yeah, to be fair though, I can see it, because the E would be the Y, right? Which is more of an sound. Yeah, I could see it. I could see it. Better's... Oh, I don't actually know what it's meant to sound like though. Is it Better's... Coed? I'd have to hear it. The Y is the Coed. Better's Coed? It's a Welsh town. Yeah. That's gonna be a town. You see that? That's a town. I'm gonna have to hear it over the town noise a few times. Better's Coed? So I would assume it's around that, but I could be wrong. I'd assume it's around that. Better's Coed? Yeah, I'm gonna say I assume it's around that. Also, Tom, how's it going? I hope you're having a good day. Dear. We're trying to... It's difficult because, like, I can kind of work it out, but I'm probably not 100%. Have to hear it over the tannoy a few times. Put me on a train! Outside of lockdown. Right now, of course, not the best time. But another time, put me on a train. Yeah, Betsy Coed. I like putting the ones like, is it like Anisabril or Nisabril? Yeah, ones like that in front of people. Nisabril. Nisabril, that's it, yeah. I like putting ones like that in front of people. Like, yeah. Or of course you've got like the really, really long one that I can't do. What's it? Gogogoch. The one that ends in Gogogoch. Yeah, that one. Put that in front of people. Be like, take it. Yeah, Gogogoch. Put Gogogoch in front of people. You know a streamer that can do it. Shifty Bluke can off the top of their head tell you the whole thing. Doesn't have to. They literally just roll it off. That's because Shifty Bluke is another Welsh. Is like, you know, is an actual Welsh streamer. Can literally just. Can actually brum it. Yeah, Landwehr. I'm not gonna be able to do it, but that is the whole thing. But yeah, someone who can just do the whole thing for you is Shifty Bluke. If you are looking for a person who can literally just be like, oh, you want me to go you? There you go. Oh. Yeah, as far as I get would be like, I can do Landwehr and I can do Santa Celia go. But that's about as far. I can't do the middly bit. The middly bit is what scares me. It's more like Santa Celia go. But yeah, difficult. Santa Celia go. Yeah. It's such a long word. Is that on their birth certificate? Should be. They can read the whole thing. I think they actually have it as one of their redeems. Like, I'll say the Welsh word, because it is such a thing to be able to say that whole thing. Oh, so Robbie, you want to be judged? Honestly, it's a good time for judgment because we are just waiting for something to cool down right now. If you want to be judged, now is the time. So Robbie, we can do that right now. We can do that right now. Now is a time for judgment. Now is a time for judgment. I was having to post them something. How long? Oh, I think it's got a shortened version. I don't think you have to write the whole thing out. I think there's a shortened one that you can put on cards. If you had to write the whole thing out, that would be a bit cruel. It'd be cruel to everyone. I think I would write the whole thing out though, just to be a bit of a butt. But I don't think you have to write the whole thing out. Alright. Sir Robbie! Where is Sir Robbie? I hear they have some complaints for me, and I just would like to tell them that I'm not gonna hear them. Not today. Not on a Friday. Where is Sir Robbie? I need to talk to them right now. There you are. There you are, Sir Robbie. Get out of my office right now. Sir Robbie, sit down. Sit down, Sir Robbie. I have some words for you, some choice words. One of them is, how dare you? How dare you think you can come into my office and tell me that you have complaints for me? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. You don't get to complain to me. This is not how this office environment works. You do not get a raise. Unless you want a raise from 0% to 0%. Absolutely not. So Robbie, why do you think you get a raise when I see no positive results? You think you can come in here and complain? Well, I would like to tell you that I am incredibly disappointed, Sir Robbie. I hope the music is really emphasizing, by the way, the bad atmosphere in this room. The bad atmosphere. I am so angry. This is not how this office is meant to go down. I can't believe that you are refusing to sit in this office. You. In fact, let me take away the chair. You do not now have the option to sit down. You do not have the option to sit down. I'm smiling because I am smiling through the pain, Sir Robbie. Smiling for the pain. I'm angry. I'm incredibly angry. I'm like doing the sweet smile of anger. And how dare you question me? I don't think I remember asking you to talk either, Sir Robbie. So you can zip that shut. I don't think I remember asking you to talk, Sir Robbie. Right. This level of disobedience, I think this requires a demotion. So you're being demoted from office worker to office. So Robbie, leave this office now and go sit at your desk because you are now an office. Go. Goodbye. You've been judged. So Robbie. Goodbye. Oh dear. Is it only called that for tourist publicity reasons? No. It's worked, yeah. No, it is not called, it's literally, so a lot of places in the UK, just the UK in general, are called, like, basically they're called, like, in their native language, what they are, right? What they are. And it's just, that's the name of the town. It's just what they are. And Gogogoch, the name of it is literally, I can't remember what it is, but it's something like bridge over the water near the town, or something like, or near the cathedral. I don't remember exactly what it is. I'd have to look it up, but it's literally a description of the town, and that is the name of the town. The name of the town is the description of the town, and it just happens to be a really long one. And a lot of the places in Wales and England as well, I don't know so much about Scotland and Ireland, the name is like the description of the town, kind of. I know where I grew up was, like if you translated it, it literally was just like, that's just what the town is, or what it was a long time ago before it was more built up, and that is the same for Gogogoch. It is a description of the town. They literally just named it for what it was. It's like a bridge over the river next to the town, and that's it literally. And then they've just gone one word. I am office. You are office. Robbie is office itself. How does this work? He is office within office. An office paradox. Something should not be questioned. Exactly. Right, how are you doing? You're still a little bit toasty, but you're better. You're better. Ah, dear. So yeah, no, that's the naming conventions. You can kind of look this up with a lot of places. Not every place will work with this same one, but a lot of them you can kind of see it in the names, where it's like they've just named it for what it does or what it is. Like, yeah, is it the mouth of a port? Port's mouth. Good name. Yeah. We do naming things good, yes. Again, not everywhere, but a lot of places. Oh. There are swans in the sea. Swansea! Oh, that's actually quite a nice one. So Cookamouth is, unpack your bags to get out. Oh dear. Manchester? I don't know if that's that one, but you know. Oh dear. Oh. Oh. It's pretty good, yeah. Not everywhere, but a lot of places follow that kind of naming convention. It's simple and it works. You're packing your bags to go there, you mean? Oh damn it. Oh no. Oh no. Right. Let's go back to this part. Where did we... Oh, there we are. Right. Let's get back to here now that we have more threads. Fill in some of the dark colours. Happy. Okay, I want to go in here actually. I'm not super happy with how this bit looks, and I'd like to be happier. So let's do that. Let's make myself happy with how this bit looks. That sounds like a good use of my time. Oh yeah. Oh, it's so nice standing. Right. What I need to do, and I'm happy. You know, I might be having like a, I don't know if anyone else has done this, but like, I might make myself a really, really fancy coffee this weekend, and then my friends are also making themselves a really, really fancy coffee this weekend, and then we're all gonna go on Discord and drink our fancy coffee together. I'm really looking forward to it. I know there are a lot of places in the world that are not in lockdown right now, but on Sunday it will be a year since we originally went into lockdown in Wales, and so we're having a nice coffee in Discord. Like, we've been to a shop and had a really fancy coffee there. So we're just making ourselves like a really nice fancy coffee at home, and then going into Discord and having a fancy coffee. I don't know. I think it just sounds really nice. Good morning, Ghost. I hope you're having a good morning. Also, this is not trash that I can keep because it's the wrong shape. So I'm just gonna get rid of it. Actually, no, I'm gonna keep it because I might want to get this color again. Keep the trash in case I want the color again. Oh dear. What does fancy coffee consist of? Well, I'm thinking what I might do is, somebody mentioned this to me when I just started streaming. It might have been Zero, not you, Grobbit, but other Zero. And it was doing the coffee with no milk, but a bit of sugar, and then putting it over vanilla ice cream. I can't remember what it's called, but doing that. But I don't remember what that's called, but there's a name for that, right? I was thinking I might do that, because that sounds really nice. Maybe have like a little chocolate in there too? We have flaked chocolate right now, so I thought that might be quite nice. Other Zero, I thought I was the last remaining one! I'm good, thank you. I'm good. We are going to be going back to doing some sewing. So we just did some ironing, and now we're doing sewing. But I've actually got my threads in the post. They came this morning, so we can actually go and do our new threads. Okay, yeah, that's what I was thinking. The Easter breakfast my family last year, each of us setting up breakfast for ourselves, and then conference coming with the other two. Oh, wait, that sounds really nice. Oh, lovely. See, I don't really celebrate Easter that much, but if I did, that's how I'd want to do it. That sounds lovely. I don't even know if I'm going to have an Easter egg this year, which is something that makes me a little bit sad, because I would normally have an Easter egg, but I'm not sure if I'm going to have one this year, because I've been kind of trying to be a little bit better, because I'm not doing as much exercise at the moment, because my chest has been bad, and it's been a little difficult. So I'm trying to eat better because I've not been doing as much exercise, right? So I'm like, should I have an Easter egg? I'm not sure. That's the colour I was looking for. Yes. Oh, you look amazing. So good. So good. I'm doing the same thing as before, just going up, sewing through. Oh, bobbin? Wait, we've been betrayed by the bobbin already. Wait, I sewed like one circle and I got betrayed. No, but you can see it at least. It like blends into the background a bit more, so it just adds a lot of texture and blends the colours together into the background. I got betrayed already. Pancake Day and Big Ass Easter are the best parts of Easter. I liked Pancake Day, but I don't know about Easter. I don't know. I'm not sure yet. God damn it. Thank you for the horn. Hi Gon, how's it going? Hey there, Bruce Lee Jelly. Yee. I'm not gonna chat for a bit. Job be hard. Gotta go. Oh, got some bonus from students' parents. Hi, happy nap. Have a good session. Oh, bless you. Take care. Look after yourself, God, and thank you for popping by. We're not religious or something, but breakfast together on the first of Easter is a bit of a tradition. So you got croissants, luxury buns, And a few boiled eggs. Oh, that sounds lovely. That sounds lovely. That's a nice tradition to have, to be fair. That is. That's really nice. Also, Wombat saved it from going off mid-sewing. Ah, bless you. Thank you, Oz. Also, I hope you're having a good day. We need to bobbin up because my bobbin decided to betray immediately. Oh, and hot cross buns, of course. Ah, the hot cross buns for me are like, as soon as they come into the shops, I'm like, yes. Now is the time where I shall start to consume. I love them so much. Oh, I love hot cross buns. I will eat them as soon as they get into the shops. You cannot stop me. I never used to like them that much when I was younger, but then as an adult, I'm like, oh, you cannot stop me. That was a good one. Croc is a bop. I don't remember Croc being this much of a bop. Croc is a bop. Oh. Yeah, I'm not sure. I've got some Easter like cards to send out to people. Because there are people in my family that celebrate Easter. But personally, yeah, I don't really ever know what to do for Easter. Easter's like that one holiday of the year where I'm just a bit like, eh? I don't know. Eh? I don't know what to do with this one. Llama! Excuse me, sorry. I got caught. We are doing free motion embroidery. And we're doing it on the inside of the coat. We're going to make it look like the little matchstick girl. And we're basically just like slowly adding more colours to it to build it up. And then after we built it up with free motion embroidery, we're going back in and hand embroidering it so it's like texture. That's what we're doing. And earlier in the week, we didn't have all of the threads we wanted, but today I had a thread delivery. So now we have all of the threads we want, and we can do as much as we want. It's very nice. Easter is when you rise from the dead, that's how you celebrate it. Oh, that sounds great, actually. You know what? I could really do with feeling better. So maybe my lungs, when we get around to Easter, my lungs will stop being trash. You hear that, lungs? Calling you out on your trash. You've been rubbish to me for like a good time now. If you want to come back and be better, that'd be good. Maybe my lungs need a judgment. Stop judging my own lungs. Like, oi. Actually, there are a few things I'd like to do, but they have nothing to do with Easter. Oh, there's not a good circle. I'm going over the black too, just to make it a little bit less intense, because the black shadow can be quite intense otherwise. We do want it to be intense because it's a shadow, but we don't want it to be really, really intense. We just want it to be kind of intense. Yeah, so that. Going up through the ones we've already done, add a little bit of shadow to them because they need to be shadowed down a little bit. What I am doing is just going up and down what we've already done here, and just adding like a little bit of shadow. It's not like fully necessary, but I think it would be good looking to have that here. So I'm doing it. You know? It's not necessary, but I think it would look good. And like that's the benefit of doing this sort of thing, is like you can kind of just keep adding to it. Also the negative of it, to be fair, is you just keep adding to it, and you don't want to add too much that it starts to look bad. Right. I hope you can see this. I'm gonna take this off. Blendy. Blendy. Sorry if I'm slow to respond. Nah, it's alright. Don't worry. I keep thinking this frilly stuff in the back is one of those Victorian wigs. You know what though? It do be kind of looking like it. Again, sorry that my camera is like, let me just show you the red and nothing else. I think it's to do with the lighting. It only really shows you it down here, but then you're really far away. But it kind of blends out the colours a little bit better. Oh, I wish I could get you better. What I really need is have my phone showed it so I can kind of show you it better. Maybe if I... Oh! Yeah, maybe if I turn my light off, that would do it. Ooh! The end of my light popped out. Oh no! My stream setup is like, let's throw ourselves apart. Can you see it better now? I don't know. I tried to angle my light down a little bit. Kind of. Anyway, what we've done is we've started to blend it out a little bit and it looks better. You just have to trust me that it looks better. Super tired. Oh, I hope you wake up a bit more soon. Yes. I know how I'm about to pass out from being tired. I was 2 liters of coffee. Oh, maybe that's what it is though. Maybe you're having the low before the high and then I'm really sorry. I hope you feel okay later. This music is great. Croc. I don't know if you know the game Croc. It's from Croc. And it is a bop. Croc bop. Dance. Yeah? Pretty. Is it veins or is it paintings? So these are not veins nor paintings. They're actually going to be cobblestones, but they're really just going for blending at the moment. So blending in, adding in space. It's a little bit like how to put it? Adding in a lot of stuff into a small space, so that when you see it all together, it's like not a lot of background. It's a lot of tight shapes. Does that make sense? It's a lot of tight shapes. We're trying to add a lot of tight shapes into one space, because when we start to embroider over the top, we can pick out which shapes we want to highlight. So right now we're just creating a lot of tight shapes. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, these are not veins. These are the people. There's a person here. I'm gonna finish my coffee then sleep. How? How are you gonna finish your coffee and then sleep? Well, if you can, honestly, power to you. Power to you. Gods, what? How? Sleep after coffee? Yeah, how? But honestly, like, good on you. Good luck. Wish you the best of luck with that. Okay, let's do the next piece. So we've done the first, we now need to start blending the second. So again, we have like the really dark pieces, which really the light to be higher, but it's a bit difficult. But the black pieces in here, you have these pieces, they all need to start blending together. So we're gonna do that now. Sorry if the light's a bit all over the place. I'm trying to find a way I can show you without it really highlighting the red, because it really wants to highlight the red, and I don't want it to really highlight the red, but that's okay. God, crap. I'm going hard. Get it around those areas and then start to blend it. Again, what this is just creating like a blended part behind the hill, so that the hill looks more like it's got a shadow. And blend it into the ones on either side. nice and blended. They won't necessarily want to be, but that's okay, we can make it blended. Once again, take it around the outside of the hill. Get it nice and thick and flat. Again, I'm trying to do as much of this as possible in one stitch because I don't want to waste too much thread by taking it out and putting it back in again. So if I'm not coming up for air very often, that's why. It's so that I don't waste my stuff. Back to there. Ooh, turn a red filter on, no more red for us. Oh, that might be a good call actually, putting some sort of filter on. Oh dear. This chat, people with ADHD. No! I don't have ADHD. Oh, there's anything wrong with it. I just don't have it. My stomach hurts now. Regret. I'm not surprised. Also, yeah, hi Dr. Thoreau. Thoreau. I hope you're having a good day. How about me to know your present? I know, right? Me too. Then because of the vertical angle of the camera, it's hard to see what exactly you're doing with a sewing machine. Could you demonstrate the process with your hands? I thought you were giving me like, to be honest, I would like to change where the camera is. And I did at one point do like a little test, but the issue that I had was when I was positioning it on there, because of what I'm doing with the machine, the camera was bobbing up and down a lot, and it wasn't really staying where it needed to be. I don't have a proper stand for this camera, so I was having a lot of issues with it. But I would like to do that, and for this sort of process in particular. But it's been a little difficult because, yeah, the processes of, well, I guess just the sewing machine in general makes my camera bob an awful lot. So, yeah, I haven't worked it out yet. In the future, that is something that I would like to do. And because I also want to do more free motion, right? But, yeah, it's just getting it so that it doesn't bob and shake itself away from, like, wherever it's standing and stuff like that. Because I also don't want to damage my camera. Obviously. Good. Right. Ooh. Okay. Got us some good blending here. And I just need to take that out and start doing the next part. Hopefully you can see some of that. Again, sorry, the piece of fabric is like so large, it's a little difficult to lay it out so you can actually see all of it, but hopefully, if I wrestle with it enough and get it in a space you can kind of see it. So we filled in this part now, and we've done some behind the hills. I got up to here. I do want to go around the hills around here a little bit more and around the character, but that was a really big space that needed to be filled. And it looks a lot better now, which is nice. Ah, you grew. Oh my god, you grew. No. Get the coffee. I'm not surprised, but I hope you feel okay soon. I stabbed fabric and poof, yeah. Me after black coffee just eating zoomies all day. Yeah, that's why I drink decaf. Can I transform things into kangaroo and not worry about what's going on? I don't know, maybe. And a high-level wizard, yeah, I know, right? No, Jelly, I made the people able to sleep after coffee and unaffected by caffeine. It's a common sign of ADHD. Oh, okay. Is it? Nice. That is pretty impressive, to be fair. I don't know how people do that. I drink a coffee and I'm like, ah. Decided to be info. I'm pretty sure I had ADD. Oh, okay. But I'm never hyperactive. I think there's a lot of different symptoms, though, aren't they? It's not always like the most seen in the media ones, right? I do have ADHD. I know they taste amazing. Whoa! 2 months! Oh my god, and Dragon! Thank you so much for gifting a sub to Sir Robbie. Sir Robbie, 2 months! Thank you so much, Dragon. That's very kind of you. Heck. Thank you. That's very sweet. Also, hi, Dragon. How is it going? Dingo's human Reggie. Oh no, and caffeine doesn't do much of anything. Oh no. Oh no. Wedge-tailed eagles. Oh wait, and Dragon, heck. Thank you so much for the 100 bits as well. You don't have to do that. That's very, very kind of you. Jeez! Jeez, Dragon! Thank you so much. The good of the not the pads wedgie being a natural predator of Rob's. Wow, yeah, right? Thank you so much. That's very, very kind of you. Heck! Thank you. You don't have to do that. That's very kind of you. Jeez. Honestly. Right. Let's continue with this bit, which also needs some more shading. This looks a lot better now that it's got some definition behind the hills. The hills were a little bit meh before, but now they are okay. Can they have a stomach transplant? Honestly, same. Me too. You don't want mine. But also, no, I don't think that really happens, unfortunately. I wouldn't be a roo, always out in the heat and flies being attacked by eagles and dogs and shot down lice and kangaroos to keep the numbers down. Yeah, maybe not the nicest. I want to be a jellyfish. I know there are downsides to being a jellyfish, I'm aware. But I think I would still, that would be the one. That would be the one for me. Because I could literally just float around with no brain. Like, I know there are downsides to being a jellyfish, but once I was a jellyfish, I wouldn't know that I was a jellyfish. And that there were downsides, right? It's going good, just got home from work, got some McDonald's breakfast. Ah, I know I don't have to, but I want to. My phone is acting dumb and super slow and laggy. Oh, bless you. Thank you, it's very kind of you. I'm glad you got breakfast. That sounds nice. I haven't had a McDonald's breakfast or anything like that in so long. Heck yeah. Fair enough. Be a cat, then you can sleep inside a day and you don't have to gaze constantly behind. Slates feed you. No, I want to be a jellyfish and I don't want to have a brain. Have I heard of the emu war? Yeah. You gave us a safe place to be hacking weird and wholesome, so expect these bitter weenies. Oh, bless you, God, that's very kind. Delicious and sandwiches. Is it jellyfish? I don't think it's a well, I know you can eat jellyfish. I don't know if I'd put jellyfish. Then again, I don't know if I'd eat jellyfish. Maybe. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I would. I don't know if it's my preferred snack. Thank you for the horn. Hi, Shifty Fluke. How's it going? Oh, there is even a jellyfish that's literally immortal and cannot die of old age. Yeah, there is. Yeah, I don't know if I'd want to do that. Things jellyfish don't have brains. Yes, lovely. But did you mean jellyflesh? Grub it. That is one we're talking to say. Wait, excuse me, throat. Excuse me. If going to American for jam, I see what you did there. Oh, ho. Oh, Shifty Blue, we were talking about you earlier, because we were talking about, go. And we were saying that you could say it. Oh, why are you being a heck? I didn't even do anything to you this time. Sometimes I do things and I'm like, fair enough that you're being a heck, but this time I didn't do anything. Unnecessary heckness. Oh, it's the bobbin. Okay, I'm gonna have to unwind and rewind bobbin. I'll rewind it by hand, that's fine. But I have to. Ah, you can get tentacles fried. I don't know if I want that. Also, Mac, how is it going? I hope you're having a good day. I'm alright, thank you. I'm alright, Shifty. I burnt my finger this morning on the toaster, but other than that, I'm good. And my machine is being a butt. But on the plus side, we got threads this morning. So I have all of the threads that I want, which means we can fill in the gaps. Fill in all the dots. Where did I put my thingy? Oh no. Where have I put it? Oh dear. Oh no. Aha! Found ya! Ah! Cannot escape. We got you. Kai Patties and Jelly World in the SpongeBob episode said it'd be good. Jelly? Oh no jelly in it. Oh yeah, easy word. Absolutely not. What are you doing here? Oh, did it jam? Can you demonstrate with your hands in the process? I will refuse to, but thank you for the offer. But absolutely ridiculous that Bunnings made a law that onions have to be on the bottom. I don't know what onions will go into the package, but yeah, on the bottom. Did you forget to talk to your machine? Clearly, because of being a butt. I will take out some of these threads that were not correct, but I thought you were mortal. No, you can't deal with the jelly. No cult. Why am I so tired? The coffee! It's the coffee! It's fake! Look at the graph. Pronto! What perfect music are you playing while you look for your thingy? Oh, this is true, actually. This is true. Oh, it's good music. Heckin' croc. There is a croc music for every occasion. Okay, let's try this again. Right? Do the thing. Now, I swear, you need to listen up, mate. There is no reason for you to be acting like this, and I swear to God, I'm not having it. You've been good all week, and now you're on stream, and suddenly, what's happening to you? There is no reason for you to be acting like this. What is it? You've been on stream all year, and you haven't been camera shy once. Now, what's happening to you? There is no reason, I say, for this. And I haven't touched any of your settings, which should mean that you're acting up like this. Calm down. And sew like 2 stitches in a row, please. There is no reason. Come on now. You're being ridiculous. There we go. Now, was that so difficult? I don't think that was. I think you're being a bit of a baby about that, to be honest. Sorry about that. My machine just decided it didn't want to do stitching anymore. It decided it wants to be an acrobat. But we've had words, and it has decided that, in fact, no, maybe acrobats was not what it wanted to be after all. And we're back to being a sewing machine again, after a quick word. Honestly. Sewing machines. There was legitimately no reason for it to have to be rethreaded twice in a row there. But there we are. Sometimes it just be like that. You can do everything right, and your sewing machine can still have to be rethreaded several times in a row. Because it's a butt. And it doesn't listen to anyone. It does its own thing. Oh dear. Lurky, unpredictable! How is it going? I hope you're having a good day. Thank you for the lurk. Human civilization is collapsing timeline in which all things gradually become prepared for the people. God damn it! I'm looking for I was looking for the toppy bit. Jelly May rage crit judge the machine. You know what? You're right. Machine, there was no reason for you to be acting like that, and I can't believe that you have betrayed me in my time of need there. Honestly, we've been working together for how many years at this point? And then you come in and you're like, Yeah, actually, I think today is gonna be no stitch day. No stitches on Friday. Actually, I take Fridays off. No, you don't get holidays. You don't get holidays, and if you start taking holidays, you get permanently promoted to customer. Oh, Dragon Poet, thank you so much for gifting us something unpredictable. That's very kind of you. Negative stat coffee. Yes, that's the one. It takes the cafe. Yes. Does the machine. Yes. My machine is a child. I don't know about anyone else's sewing machine, but my sewing machine is not only is it a child, it's a disobedient child. It does not listen. It does not care what you want. It's like, no, I don't want to do that today, and I'm not going to listen to you. Actually, I'm going to do what I want, and you can get stuff. So yeah, that's kind of what it's like having a sewing machine, I think. That's always been my experience of having a sewing machine. It's like, some days I'll do what you want and I'll be really good. And you'll be like, wow, I'm so glad I took up sewing. And then some days I'm gonna be an absolute shit. For no reason other than to be like, well, I just didn't fancy sewing today. And so now the person who has to pay for it is you, dear seamstress. The person who paid for me and looks after me and makes sure that I get maintenance and stuff like that. I'm gonna make sure your life is absolute hell today. Why? What did I fucking do? I've done nothing. I've done nothing to you. Other than make sure that you get well threaded whenever you want. You get plenty of bobbin. In fact, at the moment, you're going through thousands of meters of thread. Do you hear me complaining? No, I just get you more thread whenever you want. And yeah, it's basically, yeah, it's very ungrateful. It doesn't listen to me, and that's kind of what it's like having a sewing machine half the time. Don't get me wrong, I love my sewing machine, but it's a butt sometimes. It's a real butt. Why it's like I don't want to take my needle out, because I feel like if I take my needle out, you're just going to come back and you're going to be like, meh. Do you want to do another line of stitches, tough tits? Not for you today. You got 2 lines of stitches out of me. I think that's enough work for a Friday. There's legitimately no reason for you to act like this sometimes. And like, people will like try and back it up and be like, but look how much work it's done for you in the past. Like, it's a sewing machine. This is what it's meant to do. It's meant to work. Like, if your phone only worked 3 days of the week, oh my god. There we go. That'll do for now. Oh. Well, okay, I'm gonna go to sleep. Get some good sleep. I hope that it's good and you feel better tomorrow. Oh god, I bought a present when I probably act up too. Oh, honestly, I feel like it doesn't matter how much money you spend on a sewing machine. It's gonna be a butt at some point, dude. It's gonna be like, I don't fancy it today. It's making me laugh. Hi, oh, I'm sorry. Thank you so much for the gift, son. I'm still liking it. Thank you. Yeah, thank you so much, Dragon. You're super welcome. Oh, bless you. Right. Shaded. Not that you can maybe tell that much, but it is shaded. I also did the little shaded lump, which I needed to do. I did it. No one's happy about it, but I've done it. I mean, I'm happy about it, but I'm spitefully happy about it. I don't know if that counts. And then we've got, I guess on this section, I do need to do the snowflakes. I might start to bring in some of the side pieces now. I also need to do the matchsticks, so those will need to be done. Yeah, that's true actually, I do need to do the matchsticks. A lot of the snowflakes are going to be in black, and they're going to come in from the side, which is also kind of, as you can see, sort of faded into it. So yes, that will need to be done. I'm so sorry. It's very difficult to show you this whole piece because it doesn't want to flatten out because there's so much fabric here. But yes, I will need to do some other stuff. It looks really nice with the darker pieces in there now though. I guess, yeah, that's probably going to be the next step. Starting to go in with the snowflakes around this side. Now that it's a little bit more, you can actually see some of the shading here now. Yay! Look at that shading. Heck yeah. You can actually see some of it. Woo! I mean, it's all done with stitching, which is what makes it difficult. You can't see it on this side, but that's fine. You know what? We take the little wins. We take the little wins. You can see a little bit of it. I might do the bits on this side and then start doing some of the snowflakes up here and then do more snowflakes down there because the snowflakes up here are going to be more in the colour that we've got in right now and I just don't want to change the thread every 2 seconds. It's Croc! It's Croc! Dr. Thrope, do you know Croc? It's Croc! I love how many people know the Croc music as well. It makes me very happy. Right, I'm going to do a little bit up this end just to quickly finish off this bit. Because this bit does need to be finished. It's just a hill that's a little bit needing a little bit extra love. That's okay, we can give the hill a little bit extra love. That's fine. Whatever. And take that out. Gives me DK64 vibes. That would also make sense. You don't know Croc? Oh, okay. Well then, well, in that case, it's a PS1 game with bosses and you have to collect things. Hey, oh, Minimal, how's it going? I hope you're having a good day. We have all of our threads right now, so I'm just filling in the spaces that we left last time with the threads that we now have, and it's very satisfying. I am enjoying myself, except my sewing machine's being a bit of a butt, but other than that, I am enjoying myself thoroughly. So now I'm just going to start taking this colour and taking it down the red and up the black. So that both sides start to look like they've taken sort of like, it's like the darkness has creeped in on it a little bit. But it's difficult to say how far it's creeped in on it. Especially on the black side, I'm going to want to go a little bit more specifically after that. And go like that. One matchstick. Ah! Croc of what game? PlayStation 1 I think it was on. PlayStation 1 is what I remember seeing it on. Yes, Croc is Frogger from Crocodile's point of view. Croc is like, he's got all these little like fluffy brown little friends and he has to go find them all. They've all got stolen. And that's Croc. I do know Croc, yes! Aussie good goddess here as well. Oh, Ghost! Oh my god. I don't think I played it, but I looked up and it looks familiar. Oh, okay, okay. Legend of the Gobbos. Yeah, the Gobbos. Those are the little brown friends. 1997. Oh, god. I just remember having like a sheet with all of the codes on for each area, like, because otherwise you'd start the game up and you wouldn't be able to get back to the area you finished on. It was like, no, I'd have to start again. I mean, not that the first area wasn't fun, but you wouldn't want to go to the first area every single time. Gotta head off. Might check back later. I used to see you. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your day. Look after yourself. I was aware of the game but never played it or seen gameplay of it. Oh, fair enough. We had... yeah, it was like we didn't have a whole lot of PS1 games, but like that was one of the games that we had permanently. Like we didn't rent it. Because like we rented a lot of our games, right? I swear. Bobbin, what the heck is wrong with you today? You are being a full-on butt today for no god reason. And I swear, I'm not up for it. I'm not up for this. What is happening to you? Did I do something wrong? Have I round you badly? I don't understand. I've rethread you so many times, and I swear I've not done anything wrong in between rethreading you. What is going on with you today? Get your act together. You're better than this. I could understand if I was doing something really, you know, intense. But I'm not. Okay, are we good? Are we good? If you calm down a bit. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Right. It's a lot, isn't it? It's a lot. Right, there we go. I recently bought the new Spyro trilogy for Xbox, the revamp for PS1. I blame Helikin for it. It's really good though, right? I hope you're enjoying it, because it's really nice just to play it again. Because, you know, as much as I do enjoy the PS1, you know, with the discs and them being very iffy, I don't always get as far in the game as I'd like to and stuff like that. But yeah, it's really fun. I enjoy it a lot. And seeing all of the dragons and everything as well is really fun. I hope you're enjoying it. I thought it was very cool. Good. The second one. I don't trust this. I don't trust this at all. Trying to do all of these. Absolutely not. No trust. And last one. Iris Spyro Digimon Boy. I love Digimon. I didn't play the game, but I love the television series. She played it. I got flashbacks. Yeah, things went from there. It was a good game though. It was a good game. Okay. Right. Go. Robin, I swear to God, no betrayals. No betrayals today. I don't want any more betrayals from you. You have been a rude dude today, and I don't want... Eventually someone called Bobbin is gonna make their way into chat and just be like, why is this person so mean to me? Like, they're always telling me that I'm betraying them, and like, they're being really mean. I don't understand. I don't feel like I've done anything to them. As a matter of time. Go. That's all the matchsticks. Cool. Okay. Okay. Matchsticks complete. Now these are the ones that have already been lit, so they're like done. Right, let's take the threads off the back because there are quite a few. And take those off there, and then we need to start doing the snowflakes. So we need to start bringing them in from the side so that we can get some sort of like collage around the edges of these. Go. We are building it up though. Yeah! It looked good, it looked good. Digimon, oh sorry, the music is making me want to check it out. It's pretty cute, it's pretty good. Digimon World PS1 was the first game which was personally mine. Most of my games were like hand-me-downs from my parents or my parents' friends and stuff like that until I was pretty old. Like yeah, most of them were that. Just a random wee-wee. What does... Yes, that does remind me. Where is Wee Wee today? We never know where Wee Wee is. Wee Wee is a mystery. Will always remain a mystery. Oh, that's a horn. Thank you for horn. Oh, thank you for the posture check as well. Hi, Punisher. How's it going? Thank you for the posture check, Mr. Sandman. Oh, it's pronounced Wee, not Wee Wee. You heathens. No, it's Wee Wee. And Cher had 4 siblings. Yeah. I normally played games with my sister, like we would play like the game together. We were pretty good with that most of the time. I'm honestly surprised how good I was with it. Because I was not the sort of person that liked to share, but like, We were pretty good with it most of the time. I think it probably helped that there were things we were both better at. Like, she was better at the fighting parts of games where you had to have like quick reflexes, and I was better at like problem solving parts of games. So since a lot of games had half and half of that we got, we kind of worked it out well. Oh, you're the youngest. Oh no, gotta head to work. Oh, have a lovely day, Ghost. Take care of yourself. See you around. See you around. Right, let's start adding some of these snowflakes. We're going to do the first one, and then we're going to go back and put some extra ones in. So these won't be the only snowflakes we do, it's just these are the ones we've drawn so far. Okay. Ooh, it's not super easy to do them actually. I thought this would be easier, but it's not. Well, that kind of makes sense. There's a lot of things I thought would be easier and then they're not. Snowflakes can just be added to the list of things I thought would be easier, and then it's just not easy at all. Snowflake. Well, we're gonna have to do quite a few of those. Okay. Turn that off. Ooh. I might want to do one here as well. But then that would be freehanding it. The thing is, there's places I want to put them, but I really don't want to freehand too many of them because I know once I start trying to freehand them, they're gonna get hecked up. That's no good. That's no good. Sad goodbye toilet trip. I'm looking. Oh, I'm good. Looking forward to getting started with Falcon and Soldier. Oh, heck yeah. Nice. Nice. I'm sorry you weren't feeling well earlier, but I hope the rest of your day and hopefully weekend goes well. We'll just be getting some. Okay, let's do some smaller ones up here. That, and then do like a little one here maybe next to it, and a little one here, and let's do like a little one here. I just feel a bit, I don't feel confident enough to fill them in without tracing them first, even though a lot of these are going to be very simple. Yeah, I'm not very good at like there's stuff that I can completely freehand, like hair and stuff like that. But stuff like this, I'm not quite there with completely freehanding it. I need a little bit of assistance. That's okay though. Just a quick chalk outline will do it for me. That's better. I feel better having that there. Give that just a quick second to dry. Worst part of the day over. Fingers crossed. Oh, it's Wee Wee! Oh my god, it's Wee Wee! And they need to be judged? We can do that. We can do that while the chalk's drying. Oh wow. Oh wow. Is that the sound? Is that the sound of Wee Wee? Is that the sound of Wee Wee in this office? Right, where is Wee Wee? Bring Wee Wee to my office right now. Bring Wee Wee to my office. There you are, Wee Wee. Get in my office right now, There you are. Wee Wee, we need to have words. Wee Wee, you keep calling these meetings, but then being exceptionally disappointed when you have to come to these meetings. Now, I must say, as a chairman here, it's incredibly confusing and misleading when you call these meetings and then grumble about them when you come to them. It's very confusing, so disappointed. Yeah, see, now that's not the kind of attitude that we want in this office, and I must say I'm very disappointed that you continuously bring it to this office. We want only a positive work environment, and as the chairman, I feel like I am bringing that positive work environment to my office every day. So Wee, I want you to know that I'm incredibly disappointed with you, and your overly negative atmosphere. And Wee, I want you to look into my eyes right now, and I want the positivity to flow into you. I want it to flow into you. Now you are being judged. You are definitely being judged about, especially the volume of meetings that you've been called, and the level of disappointment that you're bringing to them. But I also want you to look into my eyes and bring the positivity. Yeah, Wee. So get judged, and now go back to your desk. Goodbye, Wee. Goodbye. Oh, this is all your fault. I take blame with a huge grin. God damn it. Of course you do. Oh dear. Wee on Mommy? No! Oh, you want the wee to flow? No, I want the positivity to flow, not the wee to flow. That's weird. Wee, why you gotta make it weird? Call the manager. Manager Lily says, when is our next meeting? Actually, when is our next meeting? So here's the thing, peoples of the chat. We normally would often do business meetings when we do an extra stream in the week, but a positive thing is kind of happening, which is hopefully Wales is going to start coming out of lockdown pretty soon. But what that means is, with Wales starting to come out of lockdown, we will have less time pretty soon, hopefully, if everything goes smoothly, that to do things like business meetings. So I was thinking we should probably have one soon, just to make sure that we can have one, because we don't know when the next one's going to be. Oh dear, you made it weird. No, you made it weird. Absolutely not wee, honestly. Is that Rin Clubs? Thank you so much for the follow, that's very kind of you. Hi. Welcome. We're doing some free motion embroidery at the moment, so we're going to be embroidering some snowflakes in. Yeah. First time I started buying games myself was around 2009 onwards. Before that, it was mainly parents who got them for me. Yeah, so my parents played a lot of video games, but so did my parents' friends. So what would normally happen was they would play the game, and then they'd pass it to me and my sister to play after they played it. So we'd kind of get like the hand-me-down games from my parents. So we didn't often get games bought specifically for us until we were a little bit older. But like growing up, we'd often get like hand-me-down games from my parents, which was always nice. And that was kind of like my introduction to gaming. Be like, my parents would buy a game, they'd play it, and they'd be like, this was a good game! My kids would like this. Because like that was kind of like Final Fantasy IX, right? Was like, I think a friend of my parents played it and was like, your kids might like this as well. Would they like it? And my parents were like, yeah, you can give it to them. So yeah, and then we got that. Always blaming wee, always. Also, hello, how is it going? I hope you're having a good day, Rin. Ah, dear. We are doing a little bit of a slow process right now, but eventually this will be the lining of a coat. But at the moment we're sewing panels with scenes from the little matchstick girl in it. Although I will say my machine is having a bit of an argument with me about whether or not the bobbin wants to work. So if you just see me yelling at my machine, that's where that's coming from. It's coming from a deep-seated hatred of my bobbin. And it's been very, very bad all day today. It's continuously not doing what I'm telling it to do. Even though I've been very good to it, I literally got it new threads that came in the post today. So I really don't know where this animosity is coming from. But yeah, other than that, we're going pretty good. It's just my machine's being a bit of a butt and being like, no, actually, I don't think you need a bobbin thread today. And I'm actually going to do this and pull it out, and then the bobbin's going to go awry, and I shall laugh and make clacky sounds at your disappointment. So yeah, that's kind of where we are. I mean, sometimes it do be like that, but ideally your sewing machine and you get along better than this. Normally me and my sewing machine get along like a house on fire, but today we are literally on fire. And it's like, can we not? Can we maybe go back to getting along? There we go. Oh dear. Oh, Neo! How's it going? I hope you're having a good day. Welcome, welcome. We're just sewing some of the snowflakes quickly. I just want them around the side and then I want to go into them with some darker colours as well. So I'm doing some of the lighter ones first. We're going to go back in with the darker ones. This one's a really similar colour to the background, but it adds texture. Hey Jelly! Hey, Jelly! Do you mean Jelly Flash? It's understandable. What do you mean it's understandable? What do you mean it's understandable? You mean it's understandable that my machine hates me? Oi, that is not understandable. I've done heck all to it. It should love me. Except do like nice things for it. I've done nice things for it all the time. Like buy it new thread and like service it and stuff. I do good things for my machine. It should love me. And yet, where is this animosity coming from? I don't know. Clearly somewhere. Is it because I've been making you do free motion embroidery for over a week now? Is that it? You want to do something else? Because I don't think you like doing seams that much. So like that doesn't really make any sense. Is it because you want a clean? Because you've been clean kind of recently, so that doesn't really make a lot of sense. See, none of these things really make a lot of sense. So really, you should just be working, huh? But no, you don't work. So, if I can't think of the reason and you don't have a good reason, thank you for the horn, then that means there's no good reason for you to be acting like this. And you're just being a butt for butt's sake. You've enhanced its standard of servitude. Oh god. Oh no. Oh. Dear me. Thank you for the horns though. Oh, and Rin, thank you for the host. That's also very kind of you. I'm gonna trim off some of the back threads really quickly. We haven't done all of the ones I want to do. It's just because we've done so many individual ones, they're gonna start building up, as you can kind of see here, and we'll start stitching over them, and it will become a mess back here. And while you won't see it, I'd rather also it not become a mess back here. So let's not have a massive mess back here. Let's keep it reasonable. Keep it reasonable. Ah, yeah. Any recommendations on buying a sewing machine? Not specific machines. I'll never have recommendations on a specific machine because I don't think it's ever a good idea to recommend a specific machine to someone. I'll say it. Not a good idea. Recommending a specific machine, it's like being like, well, this is the machine I use, so use the same machine as me, kind of thing. Which I don't think works very well in seamstressing or tailoring and stuff like that, because most of these machines are built with a lot of different features, right? Which will work depending on what you're using it for. So trying to recommend a specific machine isn't a very good idea. At least in my opinion, I don't think it's a very good, well-rounded thing to do for people. My advice is always look at the type of fabrics you can sew and work out what your absolute dream project is. Not what you want to do right now, not what you want to do in like 6 months or a year's time. What your absolute dream project was if you were an expert sewer, right? Was your absolute expert sewing stuff that you would do. If you were like the best sewer in the world, what would you sew, right? If you were on like a sewing show, what would you sew, right? If you could sew anything. And make sure that you buy a machine that can sew fabric that can do that. Because all these extra fancy features and bits and bobs, you can get that when you're 10 years into sewing or more. Like, you don't need that straight away. But you'll normally get those 3 categories. I've said this before. I think I should probably just make a clip of me saying it so I can just be like, here's a clip of me saying it. So that because I always say the same thing. I always say exactly the same thing, which is look at what fabrics it can sew. Can it do lightweight? Can it do light to medium weight? Or can it do all fabric, including stretch and upholstery? And decide what kind of fabric you will need to be sewing to do your dream projects, because you won't be changing your sewing machine anytime soon. If you are buying a sewing machine so you can fix the odd bits and bobs, you might only need a lightweight machine. If you're buying a sewing machine so you can make just masks and like maybe the odd shirt, you might only need a lightweight machine. If you're looking to make general clothing, maybe some dresses, maybe some shirts, tops, you might need a medium weight machine, just so you can handle some of the slightly thicker fabrics that come with that. A lightweight might not be good enough. Maybe upgrade to a medium weight. If you are looking to do an entire range of clothing, if you want to do denims, if you want to do your own denim jackets, if you want to be doing maybe a leather jacket here and there, if you're like, man, I mainly want to be doing shirts, I mainly want to make that, but wow, the idea of making my own leather jacket, that does sound really, really cool down the line. Or wow, the idea of sewing with denim, making my own dungarees, that sounds really cool. You're gonna want a machine probably that can do all fabrics, including stretch and upholstery, because it can sew thicker fabrics. What it is, yeah, they can probably, a lot of them sew it when it's just one level of denim, but when you start rolling it up for like seams, hems, stuff like that, when you start getting layers and layers of it to do pockets and such, your machine's really going to struggle if it's not a tougher machine. The price difference between them isn't always as intense as you think, and if you're saving for a machine anyway, saving an extra 20-30 quid to get a machine that can do all of those fabrics, if it's something that you're going to want to do anyway, it's something to consider. Because the last thing you want to do is spend 100 quid and get stuck with a machine that can't do the projects that you want to do in 6 months' time, and then have to spend another 130 on a machine that can. Yeah, it becomes a lot more expensive in the long run when you could have just bought the machine that would have been able to do it. You know? And I'm not saying that you need to spend a lot of money, because like you don't need a machine like I've got, for instance, which can do all these fancy stitches and extra bits and bobs. You don't need that necessarily. Like, this is something that I got after doing a lot of sewing, and I got a lot of extra features that are really, really good for me, because of what I do. But this was also like, I think 350, 360 quid retail. Like, you don't need that when you first start sewing. That would be a little bit intense. But you know, it was great for me after sewing for 8 years, when I really knew what features I wanted. And yeah, I'd say just look at what fabrics it can sew. The main issue I have with sewing machine selling, which I've always kind of had an issue with, is that they bamboozle you with a whole load of different things, like, oh, but it can do this many buttonhole types, and it can do this many stitches, and it has this power level, and it has this, and this, and this. In reality, when you're buying a machine, you really don't need all of that when you're buying your first machine. Like, honestly, who cares how many buttonhole types it can do? If you're doing a 4-step or a 1-step, it really doesn't matter. You'll learn it when you start it. If it's front loading or top loading, you'll learn it when you start it, because you'll learn with your first machine. You'll just learn. Oh dear. Oh. Denim. 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 Denim and leather is definite. You'll need you'll need a machine that can do all fabrics, including leather and including denim and upholstery, or including basically you'll need, including jersey and upholstery. You'll need all of that basically, or including stretch and upholstery. It's different in every country how they put it, but you'll need that. It will probably be one of the more expensive ones, but when you're talking to whoever is selling you that machine, or when you're looking online yourself, make sure that you can see that, because what you'll normally see is lightweight, light to medium weight, all fabrics including stretch and upholstery, and you'll need to see that upholstery normally next to it because the upholstery there is the equivalent of being able to also sew leather. And if that is important to you, you want to make sure that you get that, because if you get a lightweight machine, it won't sew the fabric for you, and you'll have to buy another machine to get one that can sew the fabric for you, and it'll end up costing you a lot more in the long run. Yeah. Ah, you. I'm trying to think of this as Mario and Jaws. Oh, love your vibe. Oh, bless you. It's very kind of you. Ah, dear. Yeah, we do talk sewing machines a lot, but then I've been in a lot of positions to talk about sewing machines, so I'm quite used to talking about them. But oh, Vicky, how is it going? I hope you're having a good day. Welcome. We were just talking about like purchasing your first sewing machine. Oh dear. I hope you're having a good day. Welcome. Oh, Shifty got there first. God damn it. I tried as well. How was Ark? I hope you had a good stream. Oh dear. Welcome. And hi, Ozzy. How is it going? Ozzy, you want to get judged straight away? You want to be judged straight away? You don't even see how far we got? You don't even see how far we got? We've been adding in all the extra colours. Oh, Serene! Thank you so much for 6 months. Jesus Christ. Thank you so much, Serene. That's very kind of you. Jeez, that's a long time. Heck. Hey, hi Vicky, how is it going? How was the stream? I hope that it was good. Anyone who doesn't know Vicky, by the way, they're a very sweet bean streamer. They do a mixture of games and also just chatting. During the just chatting streams, they often will pick a topic and they'll do like a lot of research about it on streams. So you'll do like a lot on learning, and it's a really chill time if you want to go into a stream and just learn. Oh, and Shifty Blue, thank you so much for the 100 bits. Heck, that is a heck. Thank you. Oh dear, it was amazing. How's your stream going? It's going well. So we're doing free motion embroidery. It's a type of embroidery you can do on your machine if you can drop the feed. So that's kind of a feature some machines will have, some machines won't. Talking about sewing machines again. And Ozzy, we will judge you in just a sec, don't worry. Basically, it's a little flip that you have on the back of some machines, and it means that your feed drops and you can go wherever you like. And we use hoops and we take the stitch and we go all over the place. At the moment we're sewing scenes from The Little Matchstick Girl, which is like a story. It's quite a sad story about a girl who stands on the side of the road, sells matches, and starts lighting the matches to see wishes of things that she wishes she had. And when she lights the last matches, she goes and she sees her grandmother, and she uses all her matches to keep that wish alive. But then, in her mind, she sees herself flying away with her grandmother, but in reality, she ends up dead on the street because she dies of the freezing temperatures. So it's quite a sad story, but we are embroidering it onto the inside of the coat because this character is really heavily inspired by that story. So you just adore being judged. I think everyone does. I saw the gift perfect representation of jelly things. Yeah, it's a gift. I was trying to, so because it's a hoop foot and you can't see it in my machine, I was trying to just demonstrate the difference between like a normal foot and a hoop foot. And yeah, that's where that came from. In case anyone is interested, it was that. I remember reading that as a kid, I think. Yeah, I had it in a storybook as well. It was like a really sad one, but that's where this character's inspiration comes from. Such a happy story. I don't buy it! That's where it came from. Oh my god. Yeah, we have a bit of a GIF on our Discord right now. It's not a great GIF to have. You can kind of imagine where this goes. It's like not a good GIF to have. And I was just trying to show the difference between like my normal walking foot, which is like it has a hole in it but it closed in on either side, and the hoop foot, but it ended up being a bit yeah, it ended up being a bit oh, it's gonna do good to show us how to do it the first time. I'm not gonna do it again to show us the first time. Also, that scared the heck out of me. That was like right in my right ear. Oh dear. Testing! How is it going? I hope you're having a good day. How's your knee? Can you explain it? Absolutely not. Also, we have a judgment. So, Ozzy, where is Ozzy? I'm sure Ozzy just came into the office and I need to see Ozzy right now. Where is Ozzy? There you, Ozzy, get over here. Ozzy, you come into my office. You come in. Oh, there you are. Good. Get in my office. Actually, the chair is gone, so you're gonna have to sit on the floor. Sit on the floor, Ozzy. You come into my office, you make all of this noise. It's absolutely unacceptable, Ozzy. If you think we're gonna take this and you're gonna come into my office and you're gonna make all this hullabaloo and we're just gonna sit here and be like, oh, that's fine because Ozzy's here. Floor is cold, good. Absolutely deserved at this point. We're not gonna take this. We're not gonna take this, and you are gonna have to come straight to the office and you are gonna have to look into these eyes, Ozzy. This is unacceptable. You came straight to this office full of energy, and you know the last thing we want in this office, Ozzy. It's energy. It's positivity. We don't want any of that here. We want none of that here, Ozzy. It's terrible. Get that out of my office right now and go back to your desk. And Ozzy, I hope we see those stocks go up and your mood go down. No, none of that here. Stocks up, mood down. Back to desk. Goodbye, Ozzy. There we go. You've been judged. Oh, quick, Ozzy, blow the horn to scare the manager. No horns in the office. No horns in the office. Run, stonks. Yeah, what we're doing right now, we added a little bit of shading to the snow which she was in and the gravel, and we're just now adding some snowflakes, and we're gonna go back in and then add a lot more black around the snowflakes as well, so it's a lot darker. Yes, we just did that. How is it going testing? Anyone who doesn't know testing, by the way, I need to do a couple of shout outs really quickly. Testing, oh, that's not how you spell test. Testing, oh, that's also not how you spell test. You'd think I'd know. Testing is another crafter who's also making something for this competition. So if you're interested in this competition, you want to see more, definitely check out Testing, because they're also making something for this competition. So if you wanna see more, check them out. They're very far along as well. So if you want to see someone who's much further along in their costume than I am, check them out. And another person you should definitely check out is, of course, our manager? Not our manager. Don't check out our manager. Don't look at them. Stay away from them. is Shifty Bluke, who is one of our mods. And as I said, if you were interested in the pronunciation of Gorgoch, it is, in fact, it's a much longer word than that. It's one of the Welsh town names, and it is one of their redeems. So you can actually get Shifty Bluke to redeem saying that word. Oh, and actually, another person who makes amazing costumes has just popped by, and I just did that. That's not how you shout someone out, Jelly. That's not how you do it. That's actually not how you do it. There you go. And that's Arias. I was literally lurking in their channel yesterday while I was doing the painting around the edges. So yeah. If you want to check out another person, gonna get started with my lurk out. Good luck with the lurk out, Ozzy. Take care. I hope your lurk out in fact goes well. Ah, dear. Getting them shout outs in. Oh. Okay. Right, let's do some more. So the chalk is probably still just a little bit fresh. But that's okay. It just means that it comes up a little bit when we sew over it. We can live with that. I'm gonna go straight into the next one because I don't care anymore. I'm going into the next one. Can't stop me. I will have to trim the bits in between, but that's okay. I just don't trust the bobbin, you know? This has come out of a lack of trust between me and you, Bobbin. I know you don't like doing this, but if I trusted you more, then we wouldn't have to do this, huh? And you know what would make me trust you more? If you wouldn't keep hacking up all over the place. There we go. So what we're doing now is just going over the snowflakes that we drew and getting them in the slightly lighter colour, so that when we go over it in black, the black kind of looks like it's blending a little bit better. If we didn't do this first, it might just look a little bit harsh, kind of like when we had the black before. It's just way too harsh. So I kind of want to do this first. So that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. Go. Let's do those three. Oh dear. Thank you. So excited to see this embroidery. Me too, honestly. My machine has been a real butt to me today. It's been like, oh, you want to do this? No, not today. No. Actually, absolutely not. So I'm really looking forward to seeing this done too. partly just to see it done, and now partly just to spite my machine, because it's been working against me, it feels like. But I think that's all I can do in this hoop, actually. The ones at the edge, it'd just be easier to re-hoop this. And I'm not going to make my life more difficult than it needs to be. I'm just going to re-hoop it. But I will, first of all, remove some of these from the back. Oh. And take this one. Go. Okay. Wow. Yeah, we are slowly but surely filling in space. It's a slow process, but we are getting there. Yes. Everyone's waking up here, and the youngest is crazy, almost fun music. Aww. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. Okay, let's do this big one here. I will have to go over some of these in black, but that's okay. This is also croc. This is the second croc. I didn't personally play the second croc, but we've got into croc. There's the next croc, I think. This is the next croc music. So it's still croc, but it's not the croc that I know. Okay. It's a bit more difficult to get this in the ring because it's got so much stitching up one side. There's a bit of spare thread actually. I could trim that. There we go. There we go. Get that trim. We have a really big snowflake in this area. And a couple of smaller ones. And then there's 2 more down here. And then maybe I might want to draw a few more. Potentially. I'm also probably going to do some stitching out from the edge. But I'll hold off on doing that until all the snowflakes are in, and that's just to really darken up the edge. I got extra black, but I might even need more black than I've already got just to do that. Mr. Sandman, you want to be judged too? Another judgment. Oh my god, give me 2 seconds. I need some drink real quick. A judgment before bed. Oh my god. Is that how you sleep at night? Is that knowing that you are being judged by the chairman? Oh. Hi. Mr. Sandman! Where is Mr. Sandman? I gave Mr. Sandman a very important job, and I must say I am disappointed. I am disappointed. Where is Mr. Sandman? There you are. Mr. Sandman, get in my office right now. We have something to discuss. Mr. Sandman, I don't know if you remember, but the last time I came to talk to you, I gave you an important job of painting, and yes, that is what I'm here to talk to you about. And I'm not happy. I gave you the important job of painting, and I must say I am not impressed. I'm not impressed by your paintwork. I'm not happy with this pyramid. As much as I do feel like royalty, it's not the kind of royalty that I was expecting to feel like, and it's not comfortable. So I am having it removed. This is not what I wanted, and I appreciate the thought, but it's bad and I don't want it. Secondly, the paint job, Mr. Sandman. I hate to tell you, it's bad, and I don't like it. I know I gave you this color paint, I know this is a paint that I gave you, but it's not the paint that I like. And as an employee of this establishment, I kind of thought that you'd know that. I kind of thought that you'd just kind of instinctually know that I wouldn't give you the paint that I liked. So, Mr. Sandman, there's a lot of things that left to be desired. First of all, you gave me a chair that I didn't want. I'm not going to sit on this pyramid. I'm not gonna. And secondly, I'm not happy with the paint. So, really, what am I happy with, Mr. Sandman? What am I happy with? You can count them off. It's 0. It's 0, Mr. Sandman. Ran out of glue and paint, so I had to use my sand to make it stick. Did you stick sand around my... Get out of my office right now. Sorry. Get out of my office right now, Mr. Sandman. This is unacceptable. There's no sand, and if you put any sand on the walls, here's a scraper, Mr. Sandman. Take it down and repaint the walls. And don't paint over the sand. We don't want gravelly walls. Scrape off the sand, paint it a better color. Listen, I don't even care what color it is, just not the color it is, and take down the sand. Jesus Christ, what do I pay you for? Honestly, take it down. Goodbye. Get out. Sand. Oh, should have used ducking. Absolutely not. Oh, definitely manager's favourite colour. Absolutely not. Sad is just nature's glitter. Ugh. Why is out later does she realise she's going to need a new office? No. Well, actually, we have a new office. It's Robbie. Robbie is the new office. Sorry for the coughing as well. Halfway through, I was like, I'm going to perish. I don't want to perish, but I'm going to perish. I might have to take judgment off the menu for today because the intense voice is kind of killing me today. This happened last Friday as well. By the end of the week, I feel like my lungs are just like, you've talked for a week. Ah! No more. My chest is just really bad. It's awful as well because like as I hit it, I can feel like stuff is moving, which is probably a good thing, but oh, it's not good. Robbie's new office. Yeah, Robbie's new office. You said we need a new office. That's okay because Robbie is new office. Quicksand is just carnivorous sand. Get out of here. Leave. Oh, why is there sand on the wall? Good question, honestly. Legitimately good question. Couldn't tell you. But good question, nonetheless. Can't tell you, but good question. So, thick bits. Ah. Down to the middle. Ah, well, thank you for the judge. Anytime. Except it's not me. It's Chairman. Bobby is new office. Yes. I think Chairman needs to find love. No, Chairman is devoid of love. No love for Chairman. Chairman doesn't want love either. Yeah, love is icky. No love. I guess maybe like, I don't know if this is a love, but I guess maybe Chairman's love is potentially like capitalism? Does that count? I don't know if that's a good love to have, but there you go. I think that would probably make the most sense. Oh, da. Trying to bobbin betrayal. Oh no, we're still bobbins. Oh wait, everyone inside Robbie. Oh no. No. Poor Robbie. Oh, love is not good for business. Love is not good for business. Unless it's capitalism. And then I think it's okay. We could probably settle for that. I don't know if I ever expected to add that to my channel, but there we go. I don't really want the character of capitalism added to my channel either! Is it? No. Can't tell if it's happened. Oh, it has happened. Okay. I was like, this doesn't feel right. Something's wrong. Okay, there we go. Something is wrong. I thought it was just me, but no, something is definitely wrong. Not all true. Okay, all true, but she still needs love. Nah, I think she doesn't need love, unless it's from capitalism. I think you're putting your what you think the chairman needs on the chairman, when in reality the chairman doesn't need love. They're quite happy. Maybe capitalism, but that would be about it. Just because you think the chairman needs love doesn't mean the chairman needs love. Robbie's just here like, can we not? I am not office. what Robbie is Robbie is Paradox. We can't get inside of a Paradox, so. I mean, I am, but not really. Oh. There we go, that's better. Yeah, the thread has got a little thin at the end. But it's better now. Yeah, it's okay. Still making funny noises though, which make me uncomfortable. Oh, fuck. I'm keeping it, but that's trash. Bad stitching. Who hecked up there? There's nothing the bobbin this time. Who did it? Who was it? Huh? I don't even know. I don't even know. Audible apparently doing 3 for 2 sale because I felt like my subscription left for a while. I read through the backlog and they gave me 2 credits to try again, so I just got the kitchen confidence. Confidential. Pride and Prejudice. Installed Medieval England. Oh, okay. For free. Oh, that's 70 hours. Nice. Nice. And Bourdain and Austen books are both on 100 before you die. I'm about to make a game set Medieval England, so it's a good idea. That sounds pretty good. That sounds pretty good, Thrope. Nice. I am also, and why the heck am I here? Where am I? Oh, God. Jesus Christ, I get moved around like nothing else. Honestly, I wonder if sometimes like my computer is listening to me and it's like, we're gonna wiggle you around. Okay, literally, I am like, excuse me? Yeah, I know that okay, fine. You can block me from my own channel, that's fine. I'm only a little offended. It's me! I'm here. No, I'm just gonna put a pause on the judgments because my voice is just having a bit of a time, is what I was trying to do. Yeah, I think it'd be really bad for my voice to keep doing them, so I'm putting a pause on the judgments. No more judgments for today because I don't want to go into what happened last time. Was like by the end of the day I could barely speak. I couldn't even do my Vampire the Masquerade on voice chat because literally I could barely speak. So we're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that this week. Oh dear. Greedy Bee, how is it going? I hope you're having a good day. Oh, so I could do a shout out for Greedy. I wish I could spell the. Yee! How goes it? Is it food ding dying? Conan collection audiobooks. I need some new stuff. Fair. How goes it? I hope you're having a good day. Oh dear. You should put in a software voice changes so your voice will be very low for the manager. I would. That's not a bad idea. I think I probably can't run very much else while streaming at the moment because Bob is just having a time. But maybe in the future. Good, take care. Yeah. Next time. Am I okay though? Yeah, it's just at the end of the week, so my chest is a little bit congested at the moment, and that's okay. It's okay, and it's just the coughing gets to my voice more than anything. I feel fine, but my voice gets a little bit gone by the end of the week, and it's not from Twitch as much as it is just from me having a cough throughout the winter, and by this point my cough should start actually get better, but it's because I've had it quite bad for so long now, I think. It's just a little bit difficult compared to like how it is the rest of the year. Like I'll always have a cough like throughout the entire year at the end of the day, but this time of the year is probably the most difficult to deal with because it's like it's not that bad, but it's bad enough that it can make me lose my voice because I've had it the whole winter worse than usual, I guess. And so yeah, it does get a little bit rough this time of year. That's every year, honestly. It's just normally I don't speak this much, so I don't notice it as badly. I only normally notice it in retail, and I did lose my voice I think twice last year in retail, and I just got put in stock work, so I just did stock work for a day. So because I couldn't really serve customers, so they just put me in stock, which honestly I'm fine with. I don't mind doing stock work for like just taking deliveries and stuff for a day. That's fine. It's not like I can do much else, and it's frustrating for customers if they can't barely hear me anyway. But yeah, it's just normally the time of year where like every now and again I'll have to work in stock. Oh, poor Bob. He does his best. He does his best. He really tries. Most of my technology you could probably put into the category of like does its best. It tries. Go, that's the 2 there, and then I've got like a couple just at the side. I also need to do the wall, so I might go out and do the wall quickly as well. God, this is the bit that went to shite. It's okay. Okay. Went to shite, but it's okay. So we trim all of those so they don't keep getting sewn into bits. Bob needs a long vacation. You mean like a retirement? Yeah, probably. Nice, you can speak with everyone inside you, Robbie. Aren't you the new office? He's a paradox, so he doesn't have people inside him because he's a paradox. Paradoxes you can't live inside. Do a couple of small ones. And oh, there's a few more up here too. Okay. That looks good. Okay, just doing a few smaller ones to like fill in the space a little bit, otherwise it's a bit far apart. That's okay. The small ones really don't take very long. I'd rather have them. Whoa. Oh. Get in there. This is a manager. She's drunk on Fridays. Are you? How could you? The manager does not drink in the office. Never. That's a. I can't remember the word for it. A thing. Drum and drunk dram. I would choose to listen to the manager because they are drunk. But then when anything goes wrong, I'm gonna be like, the manager did it. Get the heck free. God. Oh my god. Yeah. I mean, honestly, I wouldn't listen to a thing the manager says, but don't tell them I said that. I don't want to get in trouble. You didn't hear it from me, but I wouldn't listen to a thing they said. Honestly, I don't think they deserve a position of power. But again, you didn't hear that from me. No snitching. Dear. Amazing. A major party foul? What do you mean? I didn't say anything. I didn't do anything. I'm just a receptionist, okay? I don't say anything. I barely work for this company. I just answer the phone. I tell the manager when they have a meeting. I don't think the manager even knows I exist half the time. And I'm okay with keeping it that way. Okay? So, no snitching. I like the whole manager redemption thing people have been doing in here. Watching Jelly think she's being severe is like watching a kitten think she's a lion. I am a manager. I mean, no, I'm not a manager. I am severe though. Yes, very severe. Very severe. Incredibly severe. The most severe. Well, here's the thing though. If we were actually being like rude, what this stream would become would be like accidentally dominatrix, and I don't really want it become like accidentally kink stream, right? And like I'm not here to kink shame anyone, and that's not what I want to do, but like I'm also not that. I'm not here to be a kink stream, right? Especially not on Twitch. there are other platforms for that sort of thing, and I'm here to sew. Accidentally. That is an interesting take. Yeah. Well, that's a take. There you go. Have a take. Honestly, you're only really here for interesting takes, right? Because that's all I have are my takes. If I'm rude, I'll become a dominatrix. Yes, so I have to be polite. Is that not the British way of thinking? If I become rude, then I'll become a dominatrix, so I must be polite. Seems a bit of a leap. Well, it's more like it could feed into the putting people down as like a kink, and I don't really want to be doing that on my sewing channel. Oh dear. Go big or go home. Dear. Thank you for the horn. There is no middle ground. There is only big old leaps, and again, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just not me. If you couldn't tell, it's clearly not me. So yeah, I don't want to give people the wrong idea about what we are here. We're a sewing channel and we do memes. We're also not a cult. You have an inner dominatrix that you struggle to contain us. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Yes. 100%. They look like this. So like, you know, like a werewolf that changes to look like a wolf. I'm like so I'm like oh dear. And then I'm a dominatrix. And that's how it goes. And yeah. It's a struggle. It's a daily struggle. Not a cult still. We're not a cult. Instead of fur clauses. Right? In crop latex. Exactly, yeah. Except I don't have any of that. I just have googly eyes. You know, it's like it's a new thing. It's very new on the scene. I'm a cutting edge. Yeah, cutting edge. It's like the whole like don't look at me, except I can't look at you. Yes. That's what this is. Oi now. Stop this. Stop this ridiculousness. Bobbin! Oh, you run out anyway. Okay, that's fine. You run out. I mean, you're a butt, but it's okay. I'd rather you do it early. I'd rather you do it early, to be fair. I'm actually going to fill you up with the dark one, because I've been using a lot of the dark one, and I think that makes sense. I'm actually getting hungry. It's only been like, oh, it's nearly been 3 hours to be fair. I'm actually getting hungry. I was really hungry yesterday. Yesterday it got to like 4 in the afternoon and I was like, feed. I'm so hungry. And there was no reason for me to be that hungry. I had had lunch and stuff, but I was so hungry. And today I'm continuing the trend of being starving all the time. Oh dear. I could really do with some food. I have like snacks and stuff, but I don't know, I don't really fancy it. I have like ginger biscuits. I don't really fancy ginger biscuits right now. I kind of fancy... maybe, I don't know, a pie? I don't have a pie for lunch, I have soup, but I kind of fancy a pie. Actually though, to be fair, I have bread rolls, really nice bread rolls, so that's quite nice. I don't really fancy that. I kind of fancy a pie. I have nothing to make a pie with though. Sad times when there is no pie in the house. Through there, nice. Pull up the bobbin. Good. Okay, okay. Let's go. There we go. Oh, Thai red curry from last night. That sounds proper nice. We had a burrito last night, which was really nice actually. Really nice, but there's none left over. I ate it last night. My food disappeared. It's gone. None left over. I mean, sometimes I make extra with burritos to be fair, and I will have some left over, but oh, not tonight. Tonight I think we're having a stir fry, which is nice. I do like stir fry a lot. And like, I like charred vegetables and stuff like that. So it is always nice. It's just I don't know. I like stir fry more in the summer than I like it in the winter. Maybe that's a bit silly, but stir fry for me is like I really like it in the summer, and then in the winter I'm always a bit like, meh. It's nice still, but for me it feels more like a summery food. It's probably just me being picky. I mean, I'll eat it any time, and it's nice and easy to make, so there's that. That's the positive of stir fry, to be fair. It's nice and easy. This one. Oh no, oh no. I don't actually know when the last time I had a Thai red curry was. I always get Thai green curry. So I never. Oh! You butt! Did you see that? Okay, that noise was it throwing me like a centimetre to the left and making me sew the wrong thing. This is the bobbin being a real butt to me. I don't deserve this. I'm just trying to sew things nicely. Okay. Look what it did! Look at this! Made a fuzzy. Made a big old fuzzy. It's such a waste of bobbin! Oh, you butt. You absolute butt. Why are you like this? Oh my god. My sewing machine today. I don't even know if you deserve to sew anything else today, because you are just being an asshole for absolutely no reason, right? I have literally just rethread your bobbin. Just rethread it. 2 minutes ago. And what? You do like this to me. And there is no reason for this. Because what I was doing was absolutely fine. I was going from one snowflake to the other. You've had the foot down the whole time. There's no reason for this to happen. And how many meters of bobbin do you think you just used? And which means I'm just gonna have to rethread you again. sooner. And this thread, I only just got that in the post today. That's more difficult to get. That's expensive thread because that thread's like £8 for 500 meters. It's £9 for 1,000, and I can't get that in 1,000. So that's really expensive thread, and you're using it up. Honestly, I'm up to here with you. There's absolutely no reason for you to be acting like this. Absolutely no reason for it. You're being absolutely spoiled. I'm gonna change the thread colour in a second, I am. Because you're being spoiled, you are. Oh dear. He's being a little kid today. He is. See, chat thinks it too. Chat also thinks you're being a little kid today. Everyone's calling you out on it. I like to think that when sewing machine misbehaves, Jelly yells at it for a while once the stream ends. No, I just don't talk to it. because it doesn't deserve it. She puts it in the corner. Yeah, I just don't talk to it for a while. I'm just like, you and me, we're not talking right now. Because you've been misbehaving in front of everyone. Listen, it looks bad on me when you act like this. Because it makes it look like I've done something wrong. When I haven't done anything. I've treated you like gold. And you've been an absolute trash in return to me. Like, what was the motivation for me to get you nice new threads? Like, these threads, these are nice, expensive quality threads that don't lint inside you. There's, like, literally, there's nothing that makes me want to get you these nice threads anymore. Yeah. I'm gonna stop doing snowflakes. I'm gonna stop doing them for now. I'm gonna do the wall. The wall is much more boring, but I'm gonna do that for now. Because you've put me in a mood, you have. There's no reason for you to be acting like that, there isn't. I've been nothing but nice to you. Maybe I'll stop getting you those nice quality threads. Maybe I'll go to Poundland or something and I'll get you some trashy threads and they'll lint inside you and you're gonna feel rubbish about that. See how you start acting once you start getting Poundland threads, huh? Oh dear. Honestly, sewing machines are the most finicky things, I swear. Like, you'll do everything right and they'll still spit it out and be like, nah, I'm not feeling it today. I'm not feeling it. And they'll treat you like that, and there's literally no reason for it. You could do everything right. You can thread them up well. You can put the bobbin in. You can have the right feet. You can have everything perfect, and they'll still be like, no, not today. I don't feel it. I don't feel it. And it's clearly having one of those days where it's just not feeling it today, which means I'm just going to be fighting it 24/7, which is okay. I'm up for a challenge today, and I will fight it for a little bit longer. But yeah, there's literally no reason for it to be doing this. Like, the foot's in the right place, the needle's all threaded up, everything's nice and tight and orderly, and yet, it's just gonna fight. And, you know, I don't think I've ever run into another piece of technology that's quite, maybe like the PS1. Like, maybe some really old game kits where it's like, sometimes the disc will work, sometimes the disc will not. But it's kind of like that, except it also ruins your work at the same time. So it's like blowing on the console, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, right? Except if it doesn't work, it also ruins your disc. That's what working with a sewing machine be like sometimes. Okay, it's a garbage monster. And like, I don't think it matters how much you spend on your sewing machine. It's still going to be a garbage monster. Now I wonder what you're doing behind here, huh? Are you making a mess? Are you creating a big old ball of mess, of bobbin? Are you wasting my thread again? I'd love to know, but if I pull it up, maybe then you'll start making a mess straight afterwards, huh? It's difficult to tell with you. You're sneaky. Do a bit of shading. This does need to be shaded. I'd love to give you some excuses and say that you're going over some really thick pieces of thread as well, but you actually weren't. So, you don't even have that excuse, huh? Bit of a shame. Let's get that shading in there. And then we will start to put in some bricks. There. I'm wondering if maybe it'd even be easier to do it with the foot on, the other foot. But we'll do some nice bricks here. plan here is basically just some bricks coming out of the wall, but only where we want the shading to be. So that we can use the bricks to start shading things, kind of is the feeling. And we will go back in with the black with these. More of an impression of bricks than anything else, which is quite difficult because you also don't want to take your thing off, so it's like trying to give an impression of bricks without removing your needle is quite tricky, but that's okay. It is possible, it's just a bit of a pain. Going down, keep going across. It does seem to be having a bit of a better time now, which is positive. Whatever was happening before doesn't seem to be happening as much, which is nice. I don't know why what it was happening before was happening, but it doesn't seem to be happening as much now, which is good. Down here. And getting that around my face. And that becomes like a nice little ring. Okay. Cool. Okay, so let's show you that. I will pop that one off because we cover quite a lot of space quite quickly. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but can you kind of see up here? We got some little like bricks. So just putting those around. Again, I will probably go in with the black afterwards and start to like darken some of those, and then I might go back over the top again with this. But we'll see about that. We'll see about that. I'm not going to go really far in with these bricks. They're mainly going to be along this side, because mainly to deepen up one edge. But yes, the bricks. I'm going to grab this edge. Yeah, they look pretty good. They look pretty good. I can kind of, I'm going to say freehand the bricks because I'm going to say the houses weren't that well made. I'm going to just say it. I'm going to say the houses weren't that well made and just freehand the bricks. Yes. I might want some more stars in the sky as well, but I don't know how bright I want the other stars to be. They might just be an orange. We're getting there. I might also do a little bit of yellow over the top of some of the really intense highlights, but we'll see about that. Slowly but surely filling this in. Oh, I finished my coffee. Honestly, I want another coffee. My machine. It makes me want more coffee. I also kind of just want like a like a scene that I can put it in that really expresses how I'm feeling. But it's okay. I know a lot of people that come into this channel don't sew, so they don't really have the experience of using a sewing machine that regularly. But yeah, I'd like to have a scene that expresses what it's like sometimes. It is like working with a child sometimes, where it's like they have bad days and they have good days. Thank you for the horns there, I appreciate it. But they also feel like they fight you sometimes. And they fight you for the most ridiculous reasons. There's really no reason for them to fight you, but they do. Spend a lot of money on them and they're just like, fuck you, get out. We don't like you anymore. Why? Okay, let's go up the side and then start adding more bricks. I swear. I swear. I don't rage quit games, but I will rage quit sewing. With you today. I will. I will. Because you are doing me hella dirty. You're being very rude. There's no reason for you to be like this. You are a good machine. You're a good machine. Why? It does make me feel like there's something that I'm doing wrong. But there's not. But there's not. DX3, how's it going? I hope you're having a good day. My machine is fighting me. We're having an argument right now. Me and the machine. We're not on good terms. I hope you're having a good day. Oh dear. And Mob Strudel, how is it going? I hope you're also having a good day. Yeah. Basically, I'm having an argument with my sewing machine. My sewing machine and me are having a bit of a tiff. It keeps wasting a lot of my bobbin, and this is expensive thread. And it's just sort of intermittently doing it every few stitches, and I don't really know why. But yeah, it's pretty rude. Pretty rude. I hope you're having a good day. Your first vaccination booked next Tuesday. Oh, amazing. I hope that it goes well. Yay. Heck yeah, heck yeah. It's honestly good to hear people are managing to get their vaccinations booked in. Good, 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 good. Let's get some more bricks. Yeah, we're just sewing some bricks into the top. We've got more thread than we had last time, so we're able to do some more stuff, which is really nice. And that's what we're doing. We're doing the more stuff that we wanted to do before, but we were not able to. So that's what this is now. Doing that more stuff, and yeah, it's good. It's good. It's good. I'm really happy to see it all coming together a bit more. I can hear my bobbin. It makes me incredibly anxious, truthfully. More bricks. Nice. Good. Good. Yeah, so we started doing snowflakes and then my machine was like, nope, they're fancy it. They're fancy doing snowflakes, so we stopped doing snowflakes. Which does kind of now feel like I gave in, but whatever. Whatever. It was being a butt. I don't have to put myself through that. They're doing bricks now instead. And the bricks are going okay. The bricks are going okay. I'm gonna trim the threads on the back as well. They looked like they went okay. And yeah, it's all going pretty good. And then, yeah, it's good. 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 Are you making fun of how I speak? Excuse me, are you making fun of how I speak? Oi, oi, oi. Bit rude, bit rude. Oi, oi. So we just need to go to the top here. And oh, I can go a little higher than that, actually. Yeah. No. I would never do that. Oh yeah? Wanna bet? I feel like you absolutely would. I feel like you, all of my mods, most of my chat, all I have to say is like Kerpat, and everyone lose their minds. Oh. Dear. Especially like not with words like Kerpat and millennium. Yeah. Well, Kerpat I do say right. It's just millennium that I struggle with. Okay. Ah. Okay. Shading. Stop that sewing machine. There's no reason. You still have bobbin thread, you can still sew. Stop being a bat. And just do it. Unless you have a problem. Maybe I'll trim it. Fine, fine, I'll trim it. I swear to God. Or compilate. Yeah, that one's, that's actually, to be fair, like a proper tricky word to say. I don't think that's just me that struggles with that word. That's a proper tricky one. And I don't think I really struggled that much with a lot of these words until I had braces. And then afterwards is when I really struggled with them. I'm better at a few of them though. Like a lot of them I did practice a lot. I still practice, but like a lot of them I got a lot better with after a lot of practice. Like paparazzi was never one that I could have said before very easily. But I can say that now, so aha! One win to me. Not that it comes up in conversation very often, but like, just being able to say it's nice. I thought I hadn't lifted it, but I wasn't sure. Being funky again. Are you doing it again? I swear to God, Bobbin. Okay. We're done. We're done. We're done. Last bloody time. You are done for the day. I'm not doing any more sewing. Done. I'm done. End of stream. That is the last time. It's literally... So much of today has a fuzzy back, and I'm not redoing all of it. That's a lot of fuzzy back stuff, and I'm not happy that it's done it with so many of them. And there's no reason for it to have done it either, because I didn't do anything wrong. And yet, so much of this is fuzzy backed. Nope, I'm not doing anymore. So I'm not sewing anymore today. That's the end of stream. I will find someone to raid. I will find someone to raid, because yeah, that's not. We will send you to someone who is more positive and doing some positive crafts, because yes, that's a good thing to do. Yes, but it won't be me, because nope. Done. Very done. Oh my God, who is doing something nice? It looks fun. Oh, there's a few people doing some nice stuff. Oh my God. Oh. Let's see. Let's go here. There's always a really positive energy here. Let's send you over here. I think I need this energy. Oh my God. It's a relaxed time. GG Jelly, it's not just Bob. Yeah, I think my sewing machine is having a bit of a struggle. I will have a little look to make sure there's maybe not an issue with the tension or something, but I haven't changed the tension, so I don't think that it's on that end. It might just be there's something stuck in it, but we'll have a little look. I'll give it a bit of a clean. Sorry, I'm very bright. It's because my shirt is black. Right. let's do a raid, shall we? And the people we're going to raid today is, that's not how you spell raid. It is in fact going to be Dragon Armory, because they have a wonderful, wonderful positive vibe. And oh, thank you so much, Zay, for putting that in what do you call it? In chat. That's very, very appreciated. Yeah, we're gonna give Sewing Machine a bit of a boop. Just a little bit of a boop. If you would like to grab a raid call, you're more than welcome to. In the meantime, Sewing Machine is going into the timeout corner. they're getting a bit of a timeout and probably a bit of a clean, just to make sure it's nothing going on in the at least in the areas that I can clean that needs a little bit. Maybe the bobbin, I think, might need a little bit. I did find a few threads in there the other day just to make sure nothing in there has gotten stuck. I just get a little look. Give a little look. I can take that apart and have a little bit of a fiddle. I shall do that. But thank you everyone for popping by. Thank you for the raid. Thank you for the bits and the subs. I hope everyone has a lovely, lovely rest of their day. I will have a nice rest of my day, to be fair. I will chill out the rest of the day. And yeah, have a lovely weekend as well. And I'll see you next week. Yes, I'll see you next week. Take care, everyone. Goodbye and have a lovely day. Take care.